Yeah, good idea. Get our beats back on.
Everybody was waiting. Ron's back. Adam Hill. What's up, buddy?
All right, y'all let us know how it is. I should have taken care of it.
Should have had.
Sometimes you just need a fresh start.
That's right. Okay. I gotta hit a couple more buttons.
Just press the damn button, nerd.
I'm trying. Record. All right, we are no longer starting soon. We are starting now.
Nice.
All right, here we go.
Everyone loved the Sunny Beats.
The Sunny Beats are pretty good, man.
Sunny Beats are sick, bro.
Sonny knows what he's doing, man. He's not a Grammy, not award-winning, but a Grammy celebrated artist.
Yes.
Sonny is.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
he is.
absolutely. Got invited because of his music program to attend
Yes.
the Grammys with
Nice.
his class. Yeah. So okay, good stuff there. So let us know there, chat room, if we're okay going forward. I think we are. So all right, let's hit some respect. So here at the top of the show, what's wrong? Are we good?
Yeah, go ahead. We're talking
Okay.
to ourselves. It's a Jeff conversation.
You guys
Step
talking
out. It's
to
a
me?
Jeff meeting, bro.
Are you guys?
It's a Jeff meeting, dude. Ain't got nothing to do with you.
I love that. Look at these guys. Look at these guys having a Jeff meeting.
Don't worry about that.
Look at having a Jeff meeting.
Get out of here.
Jeff's only party.
Yeah, Jeff's only.
Fine then. Well, not
We'll have a
invited.
Murph's only party later. See, I can go back and forth.
Oh, that's right.
Got
huh?
the best of both worlds here.
Absolutely. Hey,
Oh my
hey,
gosh.
That's right. I love it. Okay. So anyway, here we are at the top of the show. That's now hopefully the working top of the show. We like to do respect. We don't do props. We don't do shout outs. Nothing wrong with those things. But we're Italian. We like to give a little bit of respect.
Hey.
So first off, I want to give respect to a good buddy of ours, Mario Tovar from the Raider Ramble.
Okay.
Mario's been on the show numerous times, and I want to give him respect because I want to appreciate the written content creators, Jeff. There's a lot of content creators that are verbal, like what we are, or audio, whatever you want to call it. But there are the bloggers, right? And Mario
Yes.
has a great blog with the Raider Ramble, and they just started this new series called the Raiders Vault. And the latest story you can check out by going to Raider Ramble is the day the Raiders beat Willy Wonka. And there's a really cool story
Okay.
that is very Raider related, very Raider adjacent, that is very pop culture-y, that I had no idea existed. And so I'm not going to tell you about it. Spoiler alert. You go read it for yourself. It's fantastic. It takes like 2 minutes to read the thing.
Nice.
But it's a really cool snippet there on the Raider Vault. It's very historic kind of perspective when it comes to the team. Fun stories there in the Raider Vault. So great job there, Var, and keep up the good work, man. Love to see it. All right. Then I want to give also respect. I got some anonymous respect to give.
Oh, okay.
Anonymous that way. This
Okay.
person asked to remain anonymous. I got a call from one of our listeners that offered to help get me and or us out to Vegas for the Raider game, not the opening game against the Ravens, but the second home game against the Dolphins.
No kidding.
Hooked me up with tickets, and I'm going to
No
the freaking
kidding.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
No
I'm
kidding.
stoked.
That's so
I'm
cool.
So grateful to this person. They know who they are.
Yeah, and that here's to you.
Absolutely.
Here's
Thank
to you.
man.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so very, very much. I had
That's funny
some.
you bring up the
Yeah,
Finns Raiders game.
please.
So a good buddy of mine, Matt Sprouse, is a huge Finns fan from Fort Lauderdale down there. So we always go back and forth. We're like, dude, let's catch the Raiders Finns game in Vegas next year. So if we can work it out, might be
Oh
there
my
with
gosh.
us.
You
gonna go?
We don't know yet. We got to work. He just had a kid not too long ago. We got our third, so we're trying to work out the details. But
What's with all you guys and all these babies?
I don't know, man. You know,
Between the two of you and Sonny,
finally
like, you guys
figured-
are like
man.
having all the kids.
well, I just finally figured out how it works. So now I'm not going to have any more.
Yeah, there you go.
You figured out
Speaking
what
of
was
Willy
causing
Wonka-
it. Your
Yeah.
wife put a stop to it.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Willy
exactly.
Wonka, we got to shut down the chocolate factory.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Oh my gosh.
So we might see you there. But real quick, speaking of my wife,
Yeah, please.
she made something for you guys for the fan
Come
cave.
on.
No kidding.
Yeah, 100%. So my wife's very talented. I way outkicked my coverage on this one, guys. So, but she's an engineer.
Okay.
She works for go figure Oakland High School here in Murfreesboro.
Nice.
Love it.
And runs the mechatronics program, all that stuff. So she has access to different machines and stuff. So she wanted to make. I was actually supposed to come on originally on the 200th episode, and she
Yes.
made this for that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
203 is good too, you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
But this is for you guys, man. I don't know if you guys show it here.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my
Hit the
gosh.
applause, Swag Jeff.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Scarlett Murphy, man, she's incredible.
Oh
she made
my
this for you
gosh.
guys.
Holy cow.
Salud.
She
200
crushed it.
episodes.
She crushed. Wait, could I?
Yeah,
please,
absolutely.
let
And
me-
pass this over.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you, Scarlett. That is so incredibly
That's
kind.
amazing.
That can I just say this? Scarlett did our logo better than we do our logo.
That might need to be our new logo.
I know, right? That is absolutely amazing. So what we're looking at for the audio listeners, it says RF. It's on this really cool, like reclaimed wood, like background, and then it's got RFR Live in what is it, like a sheet aluminum, kind of like a polished or like a machined aluminum thing. It's RFR Live on top, and then it's got the Raiders shield with the state of Tennessee with the 3 stars in the middle. So freaking cool.
That's so cool.
That is incredible. Thank
She's
you.
awesome at that stuff.
Please,
so.
please.
Yeah.
Yes,
I will.
Yeah,
I'll tell
that
her.
might
Thank
need
you.
to be
She-
the new logo.
her and the boys are listening, so you can tell her.
Thank
to
you,
go.
Scarlett. You
Yes,
rock, man.
yes.
This
you,
is
you
this
get
is-
another cheer.
Absolutely. This is incredible.
awesome.
Jeff, check this thing out, man. That is so cool.
Oh my gosh.
That's
oh,
gonna
and
go-
it's solid too.
Heck yeah, that thing's heavy as crap.
my
That's the
gosh.
cool thing. Like, I love that, like, most of the stuff that you see here behind me, like, I don't know, 95% of it all came
Yeah.
from listeners and folks that are affiliated with our show, and this will proudly go up back here. Thank you. Thank you so much. That
It's a
is-
Scarlett Murphy original.
that is
Absolutely.
awesome. Love it, man.
We're all about the originals here.
Absolutely. The more Murphys, the better. The more
Absolutely.
Murphys swag we
Sugar,
can get around here, the
Sugar
better.
Shane says we need to make patches.
Oh, there
of
she
that.
goes. There she is. She says you're welcome.
Oh,
Hey,
Scarlett.
Awesome, man.
Yes.
Awesome. So cool. Oh, that's a great idea. We should make patches. That's a great.
That's what we
idea.
need to do.
We need to.
Why
do
haven't we
patches.
done that?
Why haven't we done patches? I don't know. You're the swag
I'm
guy.
the swag guy. What am I doing?
What are you doing,
What
man?
am I? What am I doing?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh, I'll boo myself on
Do your
that.
job, Jeff.
I know, right?
Look at Scarlett's over here working.
Swag Scarlett.
Swag Scarlett is over here working.
I
her
know,
tail off,
right?
putting
Swaggy
together.
Scar. We call her Scar. So
Do you really? Okay,
Oh.
Swag Scar, Swaggy Scar. She's putting together amazing gear for the cave here. What are
Yeah.
you doing over there? Besides taking Uncle Mosh's spot.
I'm shopping on NFL Shopping Fanatics, bro. That's all I'm doing, man.
Put some work in, Swag.
I
Jeff.
know,
For
right?
crying
I've
out
been
loud.
making a birthday list. My birthday's next week, and so I've been sending my wife all the Raider links.
Oh, have you really?
Oh
there
my
you
gosh,
go.
yeah.
All right, we better. Hey, QB Jeff. Next time you come over, you just tell Scarlett, come on over to Swag Jeff. You're out.
Okay.
sorry, Swaggy.
hey,
There's a
it's
new
all good.
Swaggy in town.
There's a new swaggy in town. I like it.
Love it, man. That's
like it.
awesome. That's she says she's
She's
changing
changing her name on there now. Perfect.
I love it.
Perfect.
That is so cool. Thank you, Scarlett. Very kind, and thank you, Jeff. Man, that is,
Of course,
that is
man.
awesome,
Appreciate
man. We
you
will
guys.
proudly hang that up here in the fan cave. All right.
Yes.
So, and again, so much respect now to Scarlett for the amazing sign.
Yes.
And thank you then to of course Mario, as I mentioned, and then the anonymous listener that contacted me about going out. So yes, please stay in touch with me about the Dolphins game, man.
Yeah, I will.
And we will. And Raider Nation, any of you that are going to that game, that second game, I think it's September 26th. I want to say in Vegas. I'm going to go out a few days early, or a couple days early at least. Cousin Sonny's going to join me out there.
Nice.
So,
Yes.
so cousin
That'd
Sonny.
be epic, man. My brother would probably meet us out there too.
Oh
We'd
my
have a
God,
blast,
dude! We'd have all the fun.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jeff. So swag, Jeff.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
That and the
sorry.
hot craps table the day before.
Oh, come on now.
Okay.
Let's
Now stop
go.
talking.
Let's
Now
go.
stop talking.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
Holy
dude.
cow.
Heck yeah, dude. So that would be so much fun. And don't you know, Raider Nation, we'll definitely do something with like Stage Door. We'll talk to John, or we'll do something fun, some kind of broadcast thing or
Yeah,
something,
heck
show,
yeah.
whatever. that'd be great, man. So good stuff. That's fun. So hit us up, Raider Nation. Let us know if you're going to be out there on the 26th. All right, Swag Jeff, hit a break, and then we're going to do some draft stuff.
Hey, Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
Patrick Claybon with NFL Network here. Hey, folks, I know 3 things you might like. Do you like football? Do you like the Las Vegas Raiders? Do you like listening to things? I'll add a 4th. Do you like swag?
Yeah, we do.
Well, here we got Swag Jeff, Murf, Uncle Mosh. This is Raiders Fan Radio.
So the Mangus boys are in the chat.
Yeah, shout out the chat, Swag.
Yeah, we got both of the Mangus boys. We got Aaron the Q Dog Raider, who was my birthday buddy. I forgot about that last year. We had the same birthday.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, and Sugar Shane's in there. Raider Critique, Lee B, Michelle Sweat. We got the whole gang in there, and they're both yelling at me that I'm in Mosh's chair. They're donating money while yelling at me. Matthew Mangus gave a $1.99 donation and just said, "Get the hell out of Mosh's chair." I love it. I'll sit in his chair every week.
Absolutely.
If that means donations to the One Nation Foundation.
That's exactly right. We will gladly take a beating for donations to the foundation. Absolutely. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the draft. So QB Jeff, we hadn't talked to you in a hot minute. So give us your immediate reaction. We kind of covered what the adverse reaction was from a lot of Raider Nation when we announced the pick of Alex Leatherwood out of Alabama. What are your thoughts about Alex Leatherwood?
Alex Leatherwood, I think he was the best pick at the time that they needed to take, because you need Trent Brown. I think is done, so you got to fill that spot. Physical specimen, played at Alabama, great guy. So I think he's going to fill a huge need, and that's kind of a 2-3 year down the road. He'll be the linchpin. You got Colt Miller on the left side, and then he'll be that right side guy, whether he's a guard or a tackle. But I was okay with it. Everybody else kind of wanted a few other guys, but he was the only offensive draft pick, right? If I'm not mistaken.
We got another center later on. I think
that's right.
Yeah, like the guy, like 7th round or something.
Yeah,
I
think it was like the last. Yeah,
Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. The Lizard King. We drafted the Lizard King.
So obviously me, I'm an offensive guy, so everything was like defense. But
Well, it was funny because we were talking about it going in, and you're like, I just know they're not going to draft enough wide receivers.
No, they weren't.
Like spoken like a true quarterback, right?
Yeah, right. I'm a little biased in that aspect.
Yeah, you are.
But talk about the from a nowadays NFL is clearly pass heavy, right?
Yeah.
It's everything. Yes, the running game is important to the Raiders, and Josh Jacobs is, of course. But the way that the league is, and even our West Coast offense is, it's so pass heavy.
Yeah.
Tell us about the importance of not only a left tackle like Cole Miller, but a right tackle, and I'm going to a little bit, get nerdy about it because you know more about this stuff than we do.
Yeah.
Get into it about how they shift around like pass rushers and like try to confuse offenses.
It's huge.
That.
So if you're in an NFL defense, what you try and do is you try and find the weakest link, and then you try and put him in bad situations, right? So if you're going into the draft, you're like, we need to shore up the O-line. Trent Brown was essentially a bust. So we're going to get this guy who we think is their favorite guy, obviously, because you wouldn't have took him in the first round if he wasn't your favorite guy, right, at the time. So they took him to shore up that for a few more years to give, and we'll talk about it later, but whoever the quarterback's going to be, which I think it's Carr, but
yeah.
But no, I think I'm good with the pick and I like it. But that, as far as NFL defenses, the front guys, they try and put your worst guy either in a one-on-one situation with their best guy, or a 2-on-1 situation that makes them got to choose. So I think they're just trying to shore up the O-line, make sure they were good there, and then the rest of it was just defense, which in the grand scheme of things, I think was a good play because that's where we need the most help.
Absolutely.
And I think it shows that they have a lot of belief in Ruggs and Edwards because they took those guys last year.
Yes.
So I think they think, if I'm them and I'm just trying to put their hat on, they're saying Ruggs was a little banged up last year. He was a rookie. He's going to have a great second year, and I think they really like Byron Edwards. I think they really like him.
I think so too.
And I like him, honestly. I really like him.
I love him. Everyone talks about, we missed Crab, man. We missed Crabtree, dude. This is a Crabtree guy, man.
He is.
He'll go up and get those 50-50 balls, which is what
100%.
Derek Carr needed, which we talked about when we drafted the guy. And he was banged up last year, too.
Yeah.
So, so you get a healthy group of wide receivers, plus you add guys like John Brown, Willie Snead, stuff like that. And, of course, you got Third and Renfro. I mean, this team did not need to draft a wide receiver.
No, they
That's
didn't.
true. They did sign all the wide receivers.
As much as I hate saying that, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless they go out and trade to go get Julio Jones. That'll work too.
Yeah, that'll work too.
Come on, don't do that to me.
Like
So
okay,
salivating
over there. Yeah.
Okay, so who would wear the 11?
Oh, it's Julio Jones. It's got.
Okay,
you
so
got to
then-
give it up. You got.
So then Ruggs would wear what?
I don't know. Hopefully one. If they if
Hey,
they
there you go.
if they went to what they were
I
talking
think
about,
they passed that, didn't they?
where they can just wear anything.
they can-
Yeah,
they changed
they can wear
numbers.
1 through 14 or whatever
Yeah.
as a running back or a wide receiver.
Brady was not happy about that. I don't know if you saw
No,
that on
and you know
Twitter.
what? Okay, let's
saw
all
that.
let's all feel sorry for Tom Brady. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
glad you brought that
I'm
up.
not going to feel sorry for him, but from a quarterback standpoint, I completely understand what he's saying.
Yeah, boo hoo. Okay, because the whole like seriously, like
Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
like seriously, like think about. Okay, look,
He'll be all right.
Try. I know it's hard. You literally played quarterback your whole life, but
Yeah.
whatever. Just take that out of the equation. So, like the way that the game is played now in the NFL, it is so geared for the offenses to have advantage.
It is.
Like, what's wrong with the defenses finally getting like one little thing that they can maybe lean on? And also, especially considering that you remember all that stuff that the freaking Patriots used to do with like formations and like eligible receivers and all
Yes.
that crap. And so and now Tom's the guy that's going like, well, it's going to be too hard for me to diagnose the defense, man.
Well, it's not him. It's for the linemen.
Whatever, man. It's
Come
still,
on, Murf.
Nah, it
We
doesn't
need
matter.
more offense. We need more touchdowns.
Oh my gosh.
You might as well just play it on a ice skating rink, man. You're just like, I just want my wide receivers to do 30 down the field on a 9 route.
Yeah.
Freaking air it out. Yeah. Oh man, too funny there. All right, so speaking of Leatherwood, let's go ahead and check it. Here's one of the big reasons they drafted him too. This has been a constant theme. Every year we've covered the draft, post-draft. It's leadership. It's dedication to work. It's the work ethic, dedication to working out. All the different things that come into play to make a great football player besides just athletic ability, right? Because in the NFL, everyone's talented. It's whatever else that these guys can bring to the table. And when you have a guy like Rodney Hudson and even Gabe Jackson to a certain extent, when you have them leave, you vacated some leadership, right?
Absolutely,
Absolutely. And so, of course, what do the Raiders look for in draft picks is leadership. And so let's check in with Leatherwood on leadership.
What drives you to want to be a leader or
And this is Lincoln Kennedy interviewing him, by the way. So it's not like there's just some,
Just some
slappy
schmuck off the street,
Exactly. Yeah.
or how do you feel you are a leader?
To be honest, it's not by choice, but it's really just by like my nature and my personality. A lot of people are just drawn to me, you know what I mean? I'm not the type of dude for a lot of attention, but going into my senior year, I knew I had to embrace that position of being a leader, you know what I mean? Because I know the goals that I wanted me and my team to accomplish. I had to get everybody on the same page. So I did what I could do, you know what I mean, to get everybody on the same page and always hammer home the things that we needed to do to be national champions.
What drives you to want to be?
All right, there you go. So pretty cool stuff there from Leatherwood. Man.
Yeah.
What you want to hear, right?
Yes, I like the pick a lot, and like QB Jeff said, that was their guy. That's who they were gonna pick, and people got really upset with the pick. Including
It's not sexy, as they say.
it's not the
Exactly.
sexy pick, but then we got the steal in the second round.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Man.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. You want me to talk about it?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so and I
Trayvon
think-
Merrick is a freaking home run.
It's a home run, man. Him and Abram back there in the back, it's gonna be a problem.
And leave
for
John
opposing-
Abram alone, by the way.
You know what? Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay, we're all
Let's
over
talk-
the place.
let's talk about
this is what
that.
happens when you don't see you guys in
What?
a few weeks.
Okay. What in the hell is everyone upset about Jonathan Abram? Everyone loved this guy all last offseason.
Still love
during the season.
Amen.
I love the guy. And his PFF came out and it was a little low and said, "Oh, all of a sudden he can't cover." So now all of a sudden everyone hates him and says, "Oh, he's."
We didn't draft him as a cover guy.
No, he's Okay,
Please.
here you go.
Yes.
You know why we drafted him?
Thank you.
We drafted him because he's a Raider.
Yeah.
He's a Raidery guy and makes Raidery plays. You think a guy like Jack Tatum was drafted by the Raiders or brought into the Raiders to be a cover guy? No, he came to kill people. And that's what Jonathan Abram came to do.
Amen.
So I don't know why. Leave him alone, man. I love the guy.
Absolutely.
He's maybe one of the most Raidery guys on this team.
Absolutely. And talk about that, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, when we drafted him, we knew he wasn't a cover guy. He's a Raider, man. He's a bet. He hits hard over the middle. He's a strong safety. He's not a free safety.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I don't get why everyone's bailing on Abram. Now he's got to figure out a way to keep himself on the field. That's what he has to do.
Well, that's true.
But so if people's gripes are, well, the guy's no good when he's sitting on the sideline, or but
that's fair.
Yeah, I understand that criticism.
Let's not get on him for not being Ed Reed. It's like
exactly
that's not what he is.
That's not what he is.
Right.
Yeah. He's a hybrid. He's a strong safety. He's going to lurk over the middle, and he's going to come up and hit guys in the run game. And anybody tight end, slot guy coming over the middle, they better be looking for Abram, man.
Exactly.
And that's what we want. We were just missing the guy behind him. So I think last year he got, and that's what, if I'm an offense, right, I'm going to do motions and set up formations to put Abram in coverage. So they got to, that's just another thing too, is like he definitely has to get better in coverage.
Yes.
So, NFL offenses are like, all right, how can we get one of our best guys on Abram?
Which is what you were saying earlier, right?
Yeah,
You're just trying to take
it's all a
advantage of
chess match, man. That's what the NFL is. It's a chess match.
Yeah.
So how I can get my best guy against your least best guy, in coverage or in one-on-one situation. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
So how does Trayvon Merrick then complement Jonathan Abram in that sense?
I think he does a great job. He's a great cover guy. I watched the clips of him, to be honest.
Same.
I haven't,
But
every
that
game.
Style, because he's it's a different player.
Yeah,
than what Abram is, right?
Yeah, 100%. Great cover guy. He's got a great, mental, aspect as far as recognizing what offenses are trying to do. At least that's what I've gathered from him just watching him. So,
and it's quickness, right? And
exactly.
It's being able to react quickly, not thinking about
just
too
having
much.
an instinct. Like, that's why a lot of ex quarterbacks make good safeties, is because they understand what the offenses are trying to do.
Yeah.
So that's I think he's going to be a great fit.
Good deal. Yeah, I do too, man. I'm excited about the Merrick pick. I thought that was great. I loved Kuntz coming in the third round.
Yes.
I loved when he got called by John Gruden, and Gruden said, we once drafted a great player out of the University of Buffalo, and he said, yeah, and you got a good one here too.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't even acknowledge be like, oh yeah, he was great or whatever. Nope, just kept it on himself. Like I love that. It was great. So looking forward to that, and to round out the rest of them, you guys know who it is. We don't need to run through it for you, but clearly. The emphasis was on defense. Clearly, the emphasis was on the back end of the defense.
Yeah.
Who knows where we're going to see guys like Gillespie? Drafted as a safety, but could end up covering the slot. Like basically, we got fast.
Yeah.
We got powerful. In the back end, and that's what you got to do to beat the Chiefs.
Right.
Like, what are we trying to do here? We're trying to beat the Chiefs,
exactly.
right?
Exactly. Well, and it's funny how we have a similar situation this year as what we did last year, because, Abram got hurt week 1. So, essentially, he was just another draft pick that we got this year, because he had another full year to rest. Well, it's going to be similar. I'm interested to see what Tanner Muse does. I'm interested to see it because he was also a guy that was injured all year long.
Yeah.
And, we didn't get to see him. They moved him down to linebacker from safety. So I'm assuming that's where he'll stay since we drafted all the safeties in the draft. but yeah, I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
Which is interesting because I was, a lot of Raider fans were looking for, I'm going to call him Joker because I can't pronounce his whole name, but the linebacker out of Notre Dame. And he was kind of like, granted, drafted in a different position and clearly highly heralded versus a player like Tanner Muse. But same kind of concept, right?
Yeah.
That in between, that tweener safety linebacker guy. So why would you draft for the same position that you just drafted for in a year earlier, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it shows a lot of faith in their prior draft classes, how they drafted this year. Because they drafted guys that they didn't draft in previous. Guys that got hurt, guys that maybe didn't have a great rookie season, but they're banking on that development. So, we'll see if it works out or not, but.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think we're going to see a big jump. I think we're going to see Edwards going to make a jump. Ruggs is going to make a jump.
Yeah,
we're going to see an immediate impact this year from Leatherwood and Merrick. I'm I'm
And
excited about
last year's draft, the corners. I'm excited to see what.
There you go.
What
Arnett's
going to do.
Absolutely.
Great
he's
got to have another.
I like Trayvon Mullen too. I know this is his third year, but
yeah, man,
he's a stud. Man, he had a good season last year. I
sure did. Absolutely.
And we talked about all off season. They need a veteran presence in that cornerback room. They need a guy, and so they went and got Hayward.
Got Casey
that's
Hayward.
a freaking slam dunk, man. I
like
like
Richard Sherman is still out there.
Yeah. He'll wait till 2 weeks before the season starts, and then he'll join the Raiders.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So let's go to Mike Mayock. Let's listen to him kind of cover how he felt that this draft class shook out and kind of what they did strategically. And he joined our buddy, our good friend, good friend, Rich Eisen.
Walk me through, what is that like when you're on the clock and the Raiders and you and Gruden are in the draft room together, Mike?
Well, most of the work ought to be done before the draft starts, and you ought to have a plan, and obviously the plan changes at different times. And for us, what was kind of cool, we knew we were going to go get Leatherwood in the first, and whether or not we traded down was going to be up in the air. I was hoping to trade down, and it didn't work out. However, the next day, you go home that night, and we're sitting at 48, and we're thinking about there's 3 pretty good safeties out there, and the number 1 on our list was Trayvon Merrick, and I thought he was going to be one of the first 2 or 3 picks on the second day because we thought he was going to be going on the first day. And he starts sliding a little bit, and John and I are kind of looking at the board and going, okay, Dallas is at 44. He probably won't get past Dallas. So I picked the phone up and started calling and had a conversation with San Francisco earlier that day, who was at 43, before the draft started. And we talked a little bit about a flip right there. They wanted to potentially move down. We might want to come up. So that was kind of discussed in advance. I got Adam Peters on the phone, who's an outstanding scout and John Lynch's assistant. And Adam and I kind of worked it back and forth. And sure enough, Merrick made it to 43, and John and I couldn't have been happier. So we traded up in 2, and we traded back up in 4 because another safety who we had a big grade on slid down to the bottom of 4, and that's Tyree Gillespie from Mizzou. So I think the fun part, Rich, was you kind of know what you want to do and how you're trying to attack it, but when things come up that you don't expect, how do you react?
All right, there you go. So I love it, kind of how fluid the Raiders were in this draft, kind of moving around. And it's not unprecedented. We've seen Mayock do this outside really the first round. We've seen him kind of move around and get their guys. But is any of the criticism that was lobbied at the Raiders after day 1 clearly evaporated after day 2, which is a reason that and I'm guilty of overreacting too because I'm a Raider fan and I'm emotional and we all do. But we need to slow our rolls sometimes. We need to just let these things play out. And if anybody told us going into the draft we would end up with Alex Leatherwood and Trayvon Merrick, we'd have been fine.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter what round they come in, by the time it all shakes out, right? Yep. And so anyway, so good stuff there from Mayock. And so just one last thing before we move on. Actually, I got 2 things for you. First off, let's check in. It's one thing for us to have an opinion. Yeah. But it's another thing for the made men of the Raiders to have an opinion. And in this case, I'm talking about Rich Gannon,
nice
NFL MVP in 2002, kind of breaking down what he sees in the Raiders 2021 draft class.
There's a lot of criticism about the first overall pick for the Raiders. And look, I think he's going to be a great player. He comes from a great program. I just think this is a good draft class. Has a chance. I mean, really, when you look at the needs that the Raiders had, continue to improve the offensive line. They moved on from a number of core players there. And then I think defensively, you have to have guys that can rush the passer, and you have to have guys that can cover on the back end. And I think that's been a real weak spot for the Raiders for the last couple of years. You can't keep giving up 30 points each week and expect to win in this league. And when you look around the division at the team speed of the Chiefs and a guy like Patrick Mahomes, you better have guys that can be disruptive in terms of rushing the passer and guys that can cover. And I think that was a big focus not only in the draft but also in free agency. And I think the future is bright if they can continue to improve defensively.
There you go, man. Got to improve defensively, and I love Gannon's take there. And of course, he's a company man, so he's going to be on brand. You know what I mean? But still, it's nice to hear it from a guy like that. That's a Raider legend. Kind of endorse what the Raiders have been doing. All right, so So there's a very rational, although it may be a little subjective because he is a made man when it comes to the Raiders, but there's a very rational take on what the Raiders did in the draft. We've also heard a lot of what I feel is irrational takes on what the Raiders have done in the draft. QB Jeff, what do you think about the instant reaction, the draft grades, this kind of like response that you hear from media out of the gate post-draft?
I think all the draft grades are just absolutely ridiculous. Honestly, I mean, if you were to actually take stock into who's given these grades and how often they panned out, I bet you they would have a terrible success rate of like who they thought was going to be good and who ended up being good, and the ones they missed on. I bet you they missed on a whole lot more of guys that ended up being, studs at the end of their career. So it's way too early to tell. Like, that's all just kind of window dressing for people that watch TV or listen to this or listen to that. Like, you take the guy who you think is best. If he works out, great. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I'm telling you, in my opinion, you take guys who you think have a great core, and then it's your job to develop them into great, superstars, NFL players.
Yeah.
That's, to me, that's what it's about. Every once in a while, you're going to get a slam dunk, Saquon Barkley. The guy's just gifted. But how many of those guys are coming in their rookie year just doing that? Very few.
There's not a lot of Andrew Lucks or whatever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if you took those guys, how many of those guys were, and how many guys that were not supposed to be anything and ended up being great guys, you'd have more guys that on draft day weren't supposed to be anything that became the greatest at their position. It's all about development, putting those guys in situations to be successful.
Amen.
Yeah.
Swag, how often do we get correspondence from folks, people sending us things like in terms of like media personalities, be like, this person said this about the Raiders, and that's why, you know what I mean? Like, very highly critical. Like, how often do we see that? People send us stuff like that.
Yeah, we see that stuff on Twitter and stuff. Every day almost.
Every day, right?
It's crazy. And and I'm with QB Jeff on that. I don't pay any attention to those draft grades and stuff like that. Look, Mike Mayock and John Gruden are drafting players from championship football teams. They're drafting guys.
Amen.
They're drafting guys from Clemson, from Alabama. What more do you want? These are championship athletes. Alex Leatherwood won the award this past year for best lineman in college football or something like that. What's there to bitch about? Really.
Right. Thank you, Swag. Thank you.
You know what I mean? It's crazy to me. And like you said earlier, if you flip flop those two picks, no one says a word.
No one says a word.
So we got both of our guys. So what's the problem?
What do you want? I remember when we drafted Hunter Renfrow and people were critical of Hunter Renfrow, and I'm like,
are you kidding me?
I'm like, wait a minute. But every time I watch a Clemson game, usually when they're in some form of a championship game, he's in the end zone catching touchdown passes.
Absolutely.
Like, why is that a problem that we drafted Hunter Renfrow? Clearly, it's not at this point. But yeah, Raider Nation, listen, I would just say this, and I say this frequently. When it comes to the media, and in this case, sports media, above all else, guard your heart, because there's a lot of garbage out there. And there's a lot of folks that make money just spewing their opinions, just like us here on our show, but we choose to give our revenue away because we know we're just three fans sitting in my bonus room doing a podcast about this football team. So what I would tell you is that anybody, just because they're on ESPN or wherever else, Fox Sports, whatever, doesn't mean that their opinion is that much more valid than yours.
They don't know.
They don't freaking know. And so, look, if I've had one person send me clips of Colin Cowherd talking about the Raiders.
Who?
Exactly. And
who? What are you, an owl?
And I've had, seriously, like, probably folks have sent me like over 20 clips of Colin Cowherd spewing off some rhetoric about the Raiders in one form or fashion and being like, oh my gosh, can you believe this? And what yes, I can believe it because that's what he gets paid to do. And no, I don't take stock in it. Yeah. You have to remember that it's just like talking to somebody in a bar or at the deli or what. Yeah. It's just a guy with an opinion.
It just doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just because he's on Fox Sports doesn't mean he knows crap.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I'm going to give you, Raider Nation, I'm going to play, this has nothing to do with the Raiders, but I'm going to play you evidence of what exactly I'm talking about. Don't take stock in what somebody says in the media about a draft pick, because this is the more likely scenario, just like what QB Jeff lined out.
And finally, Sam Darnold, who I like a lot. I think his high end is Brett Favre, a playmaker, a legend, the potential to be the most talked about quarterback over time in the league once Big Ben and Brady retire. A popular kid who always says the right things. A risk taker, though, that will throw interceptions. The low end is Andrew Luck. The high end for Darnold is Brett Favre. The low end is Andrew Luck.
Oh,
John Dooley has a problem with that.
The low end is a Pro Bowl quarterback who threw 40 touchdowns in a season.
Yes. I am just telling everybody, by looking at my high-end, low-end game, I'm pretending I'm a scout. I believe Darnold is the only quarterback in this class, and it's not close, who has a chance to be a legend and has almost no bust potential.
Hold on. I got something to say to that. What?
Hey. Okay, go. Who else is in that draft, Jeff?
So this is the 2018 draft, okay? The QB room was a little thin that year. Just a little.
Okay.
We had Baker Mayfield drafted number 1 overall.
All right.
And then in this order, we had Darnold go to the Jets. We had Josh Allen go to the Bills. We had Josh Rosen go to the Cardinals, and we had Lamar Jackson go 32 overall to the Ravens. Now, I can only see one player on this list that Sam Darnold might be better than, and that's Josh Rosen. But only because we really haven't seen Josh Rosen play, because the next year they were the worst team in the league, and they drafted Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
There you go. But Colin Cowherd said that he was going to be great.
He hosts a show called The Herd. What the hell?
He knows everything, right?
Okay,
he has some sort of insight.
He don't know nothing.
That guy's a clown. Let me say this.
Please.
Josh Allen is the perfect example about drafting a guy that has physical talent and then developing him into an NFL star. Point blank. Because nobody in that draft would have said Josh Allen last year. I mean, he had MVP numbers.
Absolutely, he did.
Absolutely.
And what was that? That was development. It's all about development with these guys. You're going to hit a home run every once in a while.
Yes.
Guy's just a lock, right? But everybody else is how you develop that guy.
Yes.
And Josh Allen's the perfect example.
There you go.
Absolutely.
So it just doesn't matter what
It just
people on
doesn't
the
matter,
radio
man.
It doesn't matter what we say.
Don't buy into any of that.
No, we're just
You know what we should do?
people with opinions.
You know what we should do? We should wait for week 1 and see what happens.
Amen. Thank you.
You know what I
very
mean?
much. Amen.
Let's just see how he plays, because it doesn't matter where he was drafted, when he was drafted, any of that. What are you going to do for us tomorrow?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Let's
What are you
see how
gonna do?
Alex Leatherwood plays when he plays.
Amen.
Amen. All right. Hey, Jeff, let's go clubbing.
Hey, this is Pete Koch, former Los Angeles Raider. Yeah, back in the old days, baby. And you're listening to Murf and Uncle Mosh, who happens to have the same hair as me. Check it out. It's Raiders Fan Radio.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Will Compton. You're listening to Raiders Fan Radio with my boys Murf, Swaggy Jeff, and Uncle Mosh. Tune in because they fucking put out a banger podcast.
Okay, that's enough of that. Oh, wow, this is kind of cool. It's kind of got a good look. Really. Oh, there we go. Oh, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for hitting that one, too. All right.
The mood was set.
Yeah.
It's not time for Rico's call yet.
Almost felt like I was in South Beach right there.
I know, right?
All right. So listen, Raider Nation, we went clubbing. And you know what? And this is not the only time we're going to go clubbing.
Murf's fan club.
It's and this won't be the only time we go clubbing as Raider fans because guess what?
Oh.
There's a new club in the end zone of Allegiant Stadium.
Of course there is.
Clubbing has become a Las Vegas staple over the years, so it's only fitting that people attending events at Allegiant Stadium will be able to get in on the fun while also taking action. The 11,000 square foot Winfield Club is set to bring the party to the north end zone of the $2 billion stadium. Wynn Resorts announced Monday. Additionally, Wynn Resorts is dubbed the official nightlife and gaming partner of the Raiders in Allegiant Stadium. The Raiders now have an official nightlife partner, gentlemen.
I love it.
Let's see. Everything in this high-end nightclub you would expect. The space includes premium bottle service, 2 DJ booths that will feature acts from Wynn's DJ roster, 42 televisions, a 9-foot by 35-foot LED screen, and a 45,000-watt sound system. The Wynn specializes in creating one-of-a-kind quality guest experiences, they said, and the Winfield Club is no exception. The club will be open for all stadium events, and reservations will be required to enter the space. Wynn Resorts also is a founding sponsor of the stadium and will have access to special events, behind-the-scenes experiences, and branding opportunities. Allegiant Stadium welcomes the addition of the Winfield Club, where guests will be able to enjoy a distinctive stadium experience that is one-of-a-kind sports and entertainment capital of the world, said Raiders president Mark Bedane in a statement. Gentlemen, I present to you this. Swag Jeff, you've been to the Oakland Coliseum.
Yes.
You've experienced the grit of and the just the raw energy of the Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah.
The furthest, at the opposite point of that, on the other side of the planet, of the Earth, or maybe even the universe, is an 11,000 square foot nightclub in the end zone.
Done.
What do you think?
Sign me up. Sign me up.
You like it? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Here you go. So you like it?
Yeah. I love it.
You love it?
I love it. I love it.
Tell me why. Why do you love it? And I don't disagree with you.
So is this going to be after games or something?
No, it's like during the game.
This is like mid-game.
It's like
yeah. Deal. I love it. Okay. I love it. It's the most Vegas-y thing ever.
Well, that is very true.
You know what I mean?
That is very true.
I love it.
Okay.
I'm all in.
QB Jeff, what do you say? Now, you grew up there. Like, you grew up literally around the corner from the Oakland Coliseum.
I'm split on this.
Okay.
It's very Vegas. It's a big draw for kind of the younger, I guess. I just think people who want to watch the game that are diehard Raider fans are not going to that area. So that's like an area that like people want to go, oh, we're going to go to the club that's in the Raider game. Like they're not the fans that, that dress up every Sunday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not going to see Gorilla Rolla's not going to be hanging out.
No, hell no.
100%. So I'm not opposed to it. I just don't think. I think it's a way. It's just another attraction to get people to get in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So is it my cup of tea? I like a club as much as the next person, but if I'm going to a Raider game, I'm going for the Raider game.
Well, yeah, you're exactly right.
You know what I mean? So
I don't think that I wouldn't want that to be my first experience in Allegiant Stadium.
No.
I think that as three guys that are out of market now, if I'm traveling to Las Vegas. If I've seen a couple games already that season or whatever, and someone were to offer access to the club or whatever, I would be interested in checking it out.
100%.
You know what I would do?
To be my default experience?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But I love the point that you make, Jeff, about that is not for us.
Yeah.
We're us diehard Raider fans, that's not our place. Because when I see wow, a 9 by 35 foot widescreen or LED screen, that sounds amazing. But if the game is right there, why the hell am I watching it on the screen?
Right.
Exactly.
But so I don't think that place is built for us. But you're right. It's for the people that are, we'll just call them Raider adjacent, where they want to be part of something.
Yeah, they live in Vegas and they don't care.
Which I'm not opposed to that.
I think there's a place for that.
Yeah. I just think it's it's another draw to get more people to buy tickets to get in there. And then, hey, if their first experiences, I went to a club that was at the Raider North End Zone, and now I'm a Raider fan. Okay, but
deal, yeah,
know.
You know when I'm going I'm going after the game when we beat Kansas City in Allegiant Stadium.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
God.
That's when you're going to see Gorilla in that club is after the games. Tipping one back with Raider Nation as our voices are gone and we're all dancing and we're drinking almost as much as Stacy Rough Raider does in Vegas. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we could throw down at the Stage Door Casino, let alone you put us in an 11,000 square foot
You're
club,
not kidding.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Good stuff there, man. So, yeah, interesting, man. It's going to be, look, we knew this going in that this was not going to be the experience we were accustomed to as Raider fans. We knew it was going to be different. And so I would say to anybody, because there's been a lot of criticism that's been, go figure, like the Raiders got criticized. But there's been some criticism lobbied at the Raiders. But it's like, look, just embrace the idea that, look, it's a new time. It's a different time. They're in a different stadium. They're in a different place. And but it doesn't mean it has to be bad.
No.
Just because it's different, it's not what we grew up with. And I get all that. But it's just different doesn't equal automatically a bad thing.
Yeah.
Let's let it play out. Let's see what kind of, I would, let me say this. I would rather see something like this than them try to replicate or manufacture a new version of the black hole or like try to do something like if Vegas or Allegiant Stadium tries to replicate again that grit, that hardcore nature of the Oakland Coliseum,
not gonna happen.
It's gonna be lame.
Yeah.
So like just be Vegas then. Don't try to be Oakland. You just be Vegas, and we'll find our own way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's good.
Yeah. So Kevin the Raider Nerd.
And shout out the chat.
Yeah,
Jeff.
we got everyone in there. Sugar Shane, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Full Metal Mexican, what's up, buddy? Killed Jadis, Kevin the Raider Nerd, Michelle Sweat, King Savage is in there. We got the whole crew. And Kevin the Raider Nerd joined us when we started playing the music.
Oh, no.
And so he comments in the chat and says, what did I just walk into?
Yeah, apparently Murf's fan club or whatever.
Well, yeah, absolutely. It's Murphy
it?
Murf and what do they call it? Murphy Murf and the Donut Bunch.
The Donut Bunch, but not when QB Jeff is here. Look at him; he's in great shape. He is. He doesn't partake in the donuts over there.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Next up, we got the. Let's hit a break, Jeff. Let's reset from the clubbing, and let's look at what happened with the schedule.
Hey, what's up? It's Brockman from The Rich Eisen Show.
And it's Del Tufo from The Rich Eisen Show.
You're listening to Murf and Mosh on Raiders Fan Radio. Yes!
Hey, Raider Nation, just want to say hello. This is Pastor Mondo of NationMinistry.net. You're listening to Raider Fan Radio with Uncle Mosh and my brother, Murf. Just win, baby.
All right, appreciate you, Raider Nation. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat tonight. Appreciate all the amazing donations that we've gotten tonight. Thank you to those of you that are on the Facebooks. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Facebooks. So the Facebook, also Twitch, if anybody's watching us there, all one or three of you that we get people that watch us on Twitch.
Nice.
Yeah, we did this whole Twitch thing because my boys were like, Dad, you got to be on Twitch. You got to put your show on Twitch.
Yeah.
I put our show on Twitch, and yeah, I think one of their buddies from school watches us because there's like no one watches us on Twitch. They're like, who are these old dudes that are on Twitch? Like,
I love
you know
it.
what I mean? Yeah.
Well, we need to play video games. That's
the
how.
thing.
And we talked about doing that. We talked about jumping on and playing Madden or something like that. And speaking of Madden, and speaking of the Madden League, so Trent Sieg. Trent Sieg.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
No, hey, you're double banned.
Today's his birthday.
Get out of here.
Another
May baby.
Today is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Trent.
Happy birthday, Trent. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Much respect.
Man. Much respect, man.
Thanks for being born.
Yeah. Trent's a good dude, man. So we're in the Madden League. Cousin Sonny and I are in the Madden League with Trent. And there are a handful of other NFL players in there, some former Raiders and whatnot, and it's been a lot of fun being in that league with him and to appreciate him. And Trent is he's going to hook us up with a autographed Trent Sig jersey for the fan
No,
cave.
he's not.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yes.
join Marcel Reese and Will Compton over there. So
Hey,
yeah.
Will, text me back.
I know he's ghosting you, man. What happened to your boy?
Well, that's how our relationship started. Our friendship started with the ghosts and the ghosts continue.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we got him a couple times. We hooked him up with something. He hooked us up with something.
Yeah,
and,
he did.
You know, and
you got a guy.
Yeah, we got a guy. But yeah, guy, text me back, guy.
Yeah, what's up, Wolf? All right, all right. All right, so it's hard for me to do like nerdy, like serious stuff after coming off of some of these segments, man. But I'm gonna try my best with this because so the schedule comes out, right, and we're gonna talk a little bit about kind of what we think the Raiders are gonna do within this schedule here in a little bit. But in the meantime, I want to throw some schedule notes at you all. So of course we knew who the Raiders' opponents were going to be for 2021, but now we know the order in which they will be in. Swag, and while I'm doing this, will you bring up the Raiders schedule, please? I don't have it handy.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Just to have that handy so we can kind of run through a couple things on it. Anyway, but here's some notes for you. So the Raiders are looking to win their third consecutive season opener for the first time since 2000 to 2002.
Oh.
Interesting there. So
good years.
Yes, right. Absolutely. Last time John Gruden had glory days. Because we don't count that time there in middle Florida. The Raiders will play a road contest on Monday Night Football against the Chargers for the first time since '96. And that game we won 23-14. For the first time since 2014, the Raiders will open the season with 4 consecutive AFC opponents.
Okay.
Interesting there. The Raiders will conclude their regular season with 5 consecutive AFC opponents for the 4th consecutive season.
Okay,
a lot of division heavy in there. For the first time since 2013 and only the 8th time in history, the Raiders will appear on Thanksgiving Day and play on the road against the Dallas Cowboys.
Who?
Exactly. Marking their 3rd consecutive Thanksgiving Day contest against the Cowboys, which was the last 2 were in 2009 and 2013. You asked me that earlier.
Yes.
How often the Raiders had played, and I think I said like 5 or something, but
yeah.
It's 8. But yes, it's typically the Cowboys, not the Lions when we play them. And we typically don't do well. The Raiders are not good on Thanksgiving. So hopefully this is
That'll change.
Let's change that up. For the first time in franchise history, the Raiders will face the New York Giants. The Raiders will host Kansas City on Sunday Night Football, marking the 7th time in club history they've played the Chiefs on Epic.
That's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome.
That's at home, right?
Yes, that is at home. That's at Allegiant, man. That's gonna be. It's gonna be rocking, dude.
The Death Star, man. That's gonna be great.
It's gonna be amazing. The Silver and Black, including 2 primetime matchups against the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football in the season opener, of course, and then as we just mentioned, the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football in Week 10. All right, so there you go. So kind of there's some season notes. So what do you think about kind of the timing, Jeff, of schedule, which, fans are always like, we have the hardest schedule. We don't. The Raiders are in the top 10, but we're behind the Steelers, Ravens, Bears, Packers, Vikings, and our opponent's winning percentage for strength of schedule is .526. So, yes, we're above the curve. We're playing an above 500 schedule. Think about that, Jeff, as it's unfolded here with our schedule.
I like our schedule, honestly. I mean, if you look at who we got, there's a lot of wins on there. And we took down the Chiefs once last year. I think we're going to take them down again. The Bengals, that's a crapshoot. With Joe Burrow and those guys, they still got in any NFL game, you really don't know. But the way we're sitting and coming out of the bye with the Giants, they've been a mess. So I like where we're at. I think we win 10.
I agree. And I think that this, for the first time in a long time too, the schedule has been favorable to us in terms of travel.
Yeah.
Yes.
I found this really cool with you all. I'm going to show you this picture for those of you that are on the YouTubes. Okay, so this schedule analysis, I'm going to tell you what this is in a second. Just kind of look at this and then just know this, that the top right favorable. Okay, so if you're over here, that's a good thing. And so they're the Raiders all the way, just the furthest team to the right there, and not quite up as high as what the Bengals and Eagles and other teams are, but they're all the way over there. So that's a good place. Now, what does that mean? Well, I found to Brian Burke at ESPN. He's a Navy guy, which we're big fans of the Navy around here.
Yeah, we are.
And so he says this, a breakdown of what really matters in terms of winning is the net rest difference and net travel. Right are good. Net travel is defined for each team as a total a team has to travel for the season minus the distance its home opponents have to travel to play them. For example, West Coast teams always travel a lot, but so do their home opponents. Net rest is the difference of the sum of the differences in days between games. So if a team came off Monday Night Football to play a team that played last Thursday, it would be a -4 for that team for that week. And of course, we all know there's 17 games now, so keep that in mind. I'm surprised net travel distances aren't so extreme this year, given the lopsided number of home and away games. Now, so why is that important? Okay, so think of it like this. So keep it simple. The Raiders used to travel on short weeks across the country to play Washington. There was a lot of things that the Raiders had to do that they were challenged by. London trips, all these kinds of things. Well, now this is pretty favorable for us for when we have news for us as Raider fans. All the ones that would say that, you know, the NFL stacks it against us and there's conspiracies and all that kind of stuff. So it's really good in terms of being favorable for the Raiders. Now, that said, I want to tap your quarterback, being a former high-level athlete. What was the furthest road game that you ever played?
Furthest road game we played, probably either Louisiana, Lafayette, or down in South Florida.
Okay, so what is the difference between playing a home and all? Like, what does it take your experience and then bring that out to the NFL level? Like, why is that a big deal, that net rest concept?
Well, it's huge. I mean, your body's on a time clock. You're used to a certain thing. So especially when you're traveling across the country, you're in a different time zone. You know, if you're going to, you know, it's going to be a little bit, you know, later. You're used to sleeping in a little bit or whatever your normal schedule is when you're at home in Vegas. So, and if you got an early, you know, schedule all off. So, and that's why, especially the last couple of years, we had to go to London, we had to go to Mexico, like all that. And I know Mexico really wasn't on a different time, you know, frame, but it's just going somewhere different things. And you would think these guys are more used to it, but everybody likes to be at home, right? Everyone likes to be in their own schedule, in their own routine. When you're going somewhere else, you're out of your element. Hotel, doing all these things, you got all your trainers and your people with you, but it's just a different animal, you know. So, and then you still got young guys too. You go to a place like Miami, you know, those guys, whether you want to admit it or not, those young guys are going like these guys are still human. So, you know, it's just different, you know, and you always got an advantage if you're playing at home. You know, you're just used to it. You're on your normal schedule. This will be a good test for the Raiders fans' complaints about us having to travel. Like, if we have a good year this year and win a lot more games, you can probably chalk some of that up to our, you know.
Yeah.
Now, if we go, you know, below 500, then well, you know, it could not be, might not have much to do with it. But I think I think you were spot on. I think it's going to make a big difference.
Talk about that swag, Jeff. Are we kind of like, as Raider fans, of course, we all believe that the whole world is against us, and we know it is.
Sure.
But
I was going to say, we believe.
We know that's true. But are we starting to run out of some excuses? Like, what are we? Do the Raiders still not have to now start taking like serious accountability to where it's like we can't blame the schedule, we can't, you know, whatever, officiating, whatever you want to call it.
We can still blame officiating. We can still do that.
Okay.
Absolutely, we can. But yeah, I mean, this season will be a real test. Saints legit or not? You know, I mean, we have a favorable schedule, not traveling a ton. You know, we always travel a lot, obviously, like we said, the West Coast, but really telling with that.
Absolutely. I agree. So good stuff there from the Raiders. We're going to hear as the schedule outlook from, I got to tell you, Raider Nation, the Raiders released some really cool media in the offseason. And, of course, Charles Woodson getting ready to head into the Hall of Fame, and no better ambassador for Raider Nation than Charles Woodson, of course. And they released this video. I kind of cut it down to just the parts where he's talking, but this is the Raiders schedule release video. And I'm telling you, you don't have a pulse, because this is freaking amazing. Let's check in with Charles on the Raiders' upcoming season.
So what brings you to town?
I have a few.
So it's pleasure, not business.
Pleasure? Yeah. But business is first. Quiet's almost over, Raider Nation. As I walk through this stadium, and I listen to the silence, all I do is think about you. Imagine Raider Nation, one by one, filling the stands to root on your team. Why? Because that's what we do. Al Davis talked about the fire that burns within. Each and every one of you is an individual fire, and that fire is contagious, and it'll light a fire under each and every player on this team, and they'll understand what you need from them. Work hard, make plays.
This game gonna put us on the map. Let's go.
So Raider Nation, let's get ready. Let's get ready to scream. Let's get ready to yell. And let's get ready to cheer on our team.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And we'll see you in beautiful Las Vegas, the home of Raider Nation.
Love it, man. Work
So
hard,
good.
make plays, man. That's
Yep.
what it's all about.
That's it, man.
That's it. All right, let's check in with another audio clip here. We got to get it rolling, man. We're starting to get a little long on time. Sorry about the skipping thing for those in the chat. We're going to shut off some of the video streams we got going here. We could still see your chat, our chat. It will still be rolling for you all. We just won't be monitoring it by having the other video streams going, and so hopefully that'll help a little bit. All right, but let's check in with Mike Mayock. Again, going back to that interview with Rich Eisen, and Mike Mayock kind of breaks it down to what he thinks and what he feels about the Raiders' schedule early on.
Fans are going to be in the stands for Las Vegas Raiders game in that beautiful stadium. Can't be any bigger. A Monday night game against the Ravens. Is that what leapt out to you when you first got the schedule yesterday? Walk me through your process of grabbing a schedule as the GM of the Las Vegas Raiders, Mike Mayock.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first game is an important one, obviously, and out of all the franchises in the league, the Ravens are one of the 3, 4, 5 franchises that I respect the most. I think there's been a degree of excellence set for years, and it didn't matter whether it was Brian Billick or John Harbaugh. Ozzie Newsome was kind of the glue behind it. Now Eric DeCosta. They've got an amazing quarterback, and they're one of the most physical teams in football. So, you know, Monday night, last year, Rich, we went 6-2 on the road and 2-6 at home. And we need to get that place just rocking and rolling with Raider fans, and we need to set new decibel records, and we need to kind of set a tone for the new Allegiant Stadium.
And then the Ravens at Pittsburgh, and that's another thing I might imagine you look at are those one Eastern road trips, right? You got one for the Giants as well in November. I'm looking here. You got I got a noon kick at Kansas City, at Indianapolis, one Eastern. That is obviously got to play them when you play them, but that's not terribly optimum for you on the road.
No, and week 2 is tough because the league was good enough to send us to Pittsburgh on a short week across the country.
Yeah, I'm picking that Philly conversation up from you right there. I'm picking that up. So
yeah. So we got a challenging start, and that's what you asked me. What hit me first?
Sure.
And, we're going to embrace it. I mean, that's 2 of the better franchises in the NFL, back to back, one on a short week. That's fine. Let's go.
All right, here we go, Raider Nation. So, yeah, good stuff there from Mike Mayock. I love it that he definitely takes his shot.
Absolutely.
There, you know what I mean? As he should in Raider fashion.
Yeah.
Take a shot there. So that was good stuff there. But that's I love the idea that, like, I kind of like it when our schedule's front loaded. I said this last year when we were going into the season to Mosh and Mosh kind of had the opinion is that, like, you know, you play who you play, and the first 5 games doesn't dictate what the rest of the season's going to be and all that kind of stuff. But I love it that we're kind of front-loaded. I love it, the idea that we're going to come out of the gate, and we're going to play Baltimore, and we're going to play, of course, in Miami, and then in week 3. And who's our first, what is our bye week is what, week 7 this year?
I believe
Did you have that up there? So
let's see.
Let's run through it real quick. Let's just kind of do a little fun thing here and run through this.
Yeah. So we got the Ravens on Monday night.
Okay, all right, win or lose.
Oh, okay. Let's do that.
Let's do real quick. Just real loose and fast. Okay. I think we win that game. Monday
I
night.
do too.
I think we win
home
that game.
opener.
Kings of Monday night. I
Yeah.
think so.
Yep.
Okay.
We win.
All right.
Yeah.
Next.
Next, we travel on that short week to Pittsburgh.
That's going to be a loss.
It's gonna be tough.
That's going to be a tough game for us.
Yeah.
That's a Raider game to lose. That's what we do when we go to the East Coast. Like, that's very much what the Raiders would do.
Yeah, I think we lose that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Miami at home.
Win.
Win there. Okay.
Then we go to our second home stadium,
LA.
And that's a win.
Jeff, yeah,
Agree. I
W,
think that's a win.
Okay, next.
Next we host Khalil Wack,
The Bears.
Oh my gosh!
and we whip his ass in Vegas.
No question. No,
Okay.
They got no QB.
All right, so we're 4-1. Okay, all right, next.
Next we go to Denver.
I think it's a win. I don't know why it wouldn't be a win.
Well, unless Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback.
They're not getting Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, all right, W. So that's 5-1 now. When are we at the bye week?
After the Eagles.
Okay, is that the next game
That's
after
the
Denver?
next game. Yeah. We
Okay,
go.
we think we can beat Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
It's at
It's a home game,
It's a home
right?
game,
yeah, but
yeah.
we were 2-6 at home last year.
Yeah, but we didn't have the fans last year. Like, I think that's such an underrated part of us.
Okay.
But, you know.
So
I'm also
okay, so
I'm
that's
also
6. So
biased.
we're 6-1 going into the bye.
We're not Raider fans.
Not at all.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Realistically, I'm going to say that we lose that Eagles game.
I think so. I'm going to go with a loss there.
I'm going to go with
Sorry,
a loss
QB Jeff.
there.
It's 2 out of 3 votes. Democracy rules. 2 out of. I'm saying we
To
lose. there.
Jalen Hurts?
Yes. It's yes. Because it's Mike Mayock's a Philly guy. It's just too ironic that we would.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a gritty game. It's a
I
close.
don't agree, but I'll
it's
agree
a
with you
close
because
game.
It's at
It's
a
like
conference. It's at a conference. It'll be one of those games that we'll lose, and I'll sit up behind this microphone and I'll go, "Was that a conference? It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't have playoff implications. Raider
Right.
Nation, don't freak out because we lost by 30 after beating the Broncos by 30.
Nah,
we
that's
lost to
gonna
the
be
Eagles by 30.
It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a close game.
No, it won't. We'll get destroyed by the Eagles. No one will expect it, and we'll get blown out after crushing Denver the week before.
I think the
Like, come on, let's
the
think
club
about-
in the north end zone has a huge play in that game.
There you go.
the disco light's gonna shine in Hurt's eye or something. and-
Okay, fair enough. All right. So aside from the clubbing incident,
6-2.
okay,
right?
we're 5
5 and 2.
5-2
5
going
and
into
2 going into the bye.
Now look, if we're 5-2 going into the bye, we're all losing our minds, going, we are a Super Bowl team. And then what happens after the bye week?
And then we go and lose in New York.
We're going to lose to the Giants because we suck in New York. Like, remember that Jets game when our season turned on its head? Yep. All of our New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole will be there. Silver and Black Empire. All of our good friends on the East Coast will converge on MetLife Stadium, have the biggest ass party, the most badass tailgate you've ever seen in your life because they have freaking like brajol and stuff at their freaking tailgates. And then we'll go in there and dump it and lose by 40 again. And then now the wheels are coming off and we're all losing our minds because the Raiders are 5-3. We've gotten our ass kicked back to back, but I'll sit behind this microphone and go, it was at a conference, guys. What does it matter? Right? Okay.
But then it doesn't matter because then a week later we go back to Allegiant Stadium and we get our first win in Allegiant Stadium against the Kansas City Chiefs,
which we win. Sunday Night Football.
We win.
We reclaim
big time
our spot. Right?
We win.
Agree with that?
We get that. We get that Derek Carr with the massive focus that made the meme that went around the world of him just looking with the laser eyes. We get the win.
We get the win. Sunday Night Football, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
Jeff, like it's huge, right?
Absolutely. I think they step up to the challenge. Josh Jacobs has a huge day.
Yep.
I think that guy's watch out for that cat. He was a little banged up last year. He's ready to go.
He's gonna bring it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gonna bring it.
He's gonna bring it. All right,
Yep.
then what?
So we're 6-3. We just beat the Chiefs. We're back on the high, and we go and we whip the Bengals' ass.
Oh, we're gonna destroy.
I mean, just kill them. So then that puts us at 7-3, 7-3, and it's Turkey Day. It's
and
Turkey
we're gonna
Day.
lose because we're back on the national stage. We've always sucked against the Cowboys, and we've always sucked on Thanksgiving.
Okay,
and we'll all be hyped.
Okay,
and then we'll all be we'll have our Sunday bellies. We'll be all bloated, full of beer and turkey and ravioli if you're around my house. That's right. And then we'll be freaking all bummed out. And so then we're 7-4.
Hold up though.
Okay,
what's your vote on that? Do we win or lose on Thanksgiving?
I can't stand the Cowboys.
Okay, but realistically,
we're not good on Thanksgiving. I agree with you. So
okay, well then you guys get it because I say we win.
I'm gonna be honest. I think we win that game.
You do think we win that game?
Then
okay,
chalk
well
it up.
then chalk it up.
Outvotes
chalk
me
it up.
too.
We're 8-3.
Okay,
we're 8-3. Got a full belly.
When you two agree, it's Jeff's fan cave.
It's Jeff's fan cave.
I'm out.
Okay, but then so then here we go. We go December 5th. We play Washington at home. And I think we lose.
I think we lose.
We're riding on a high. We just won on Thanksgiving.
Trap game.
We're on a 3-game win streak. It's a freaking trap game, and I think we kind of get our butts kicked a little bit against Washington.
Chase Young and Montez Sweat do the Malachi Crunch on Derek Carr, and everybody goes, "We should have drafted Leatherwood." See,
right?
See,
exactly,
right? Exactly. All right,
exactly.
I'm with you. Okay. All right.
So then the next week we go back and we play the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
And we get destroyed by 40.
Okay.
Right? Because we're not good.
No,
well, of course, we
no
did
way
beat
we
them on the
sweep
road
them.
last time.
No way
but
we
no
sweep
way
them.
we're going to sweep them. Okay. So we got, so
Okay.
now
so we're
what?
8-5.
8-5.
We're 8-5.
All right, now what's going on?
And then we travel to Cleveland and play the Browns.
Steamers.
I think we get that game.
Yeah.
I think
we win that game?
Cleveland's overrated. I absolutely
I think
do.
they're overrated. I don't know. Chiefs,
I'm
Browns.
with you.
That's tough.
I'm with you. So we're 9-5.
Are we split on that one? Like, what are we thinking here?
What, the Browns game?
Yeah.
Oh, we win.
Okay, I think we dropped that one. I think
You
they drop
think?
a steamer on us.
Oh no.
See, I'm thinking we win that one though too. 'Cause
After
it's
a,
the
after a
Browns.
loss, we get beat up at the Chiefs. We have to travel again to Cleveland.
I'm with you. That's sketchy. It's certainly sketcy. But I'm going to go with what W on that.
I think we win that.
2-1. So
Okay,
take the
all
I think we
all
win
We
that.
get the W there. So
I
what do
think
we got?
win that. We're
now, Jeff?
9-5.
9-5.
We
all
play
right.
Denver at home. Day after Christmas.
Yeah, we got to get
We
that.
win.
Yeah, I think
It's
we win.
We
it's
win.
not in Mile High. If that's Mile High, if that's a snow game, whatever,
Yeah.
different story. But
We win.
now we're at home. We're good. We're 10.
We win.
10 wins. Okay.
Okay. Then we travel to Indianapolis.
Which is where we'll lose. That will
We
be a
lose.
game we'll lose.
Yeah.
Because Indy, for whatever reason, too, has always seemed to have had our number, even when they're not breaking Derek Carr's
Who's their
ankle.
guy now? Because Rivers retired, right?
Yeah, freaking Carson Wentz.
Yeah, they traded to get Carson Wentz.
I know, but Frank Reich, who's their head coach now, was his freaking coordinator in Philly when he was playing all good and like MVP candidate.
I agree. For some reason, I think we
Those are the
lose.
kind of weird games we lose.
That's a game that we should win
we
easily.
should win, but we won't.
But we
for some
lose.
Yeah,
reason.
absolutely. All right.
So then we close out the regular season.
So we're 10-6.
We're 10-6, which is where we always end up every time we do this. And the only reason we're not going to be 10-6 is because they added another freaking game to the schedule. So we close out the season at home against the Chargers,
And we're going to crush them.
and
'cause
we're going
they're
to
the
kill
Chargers.
them.
Yes.
So we sweep the donkeys and we sleep. the
Or
Bulls.
do we just tie them so we can still be 10-6?
we will be 10-6, have a shot at the last wild card spot.
Yep.
And then on the last play of the game, the ball will bounce off of one of our receivers' face mask. We'll lose, and we'll be 10-7. And the Raiders will be like, "Well, we had a winning record. We were better than we were last year. If it weren't for this new schedule with the extra game, we could have been a playoff team." And we'll all have excuses going into the offseason going,
And Swag Jeff will be saying, don't Derek Carr, don't hit him in the face mask. If it was Mariota, you would have hit him right in the numbers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he would have thrown it to the numbers of the other team, though.
Well, there you go.
All right, so what is it, 10-6 or 10-7?
I'm going.
11
no,
and
we're
6 or
11-6.
Oh, excuse me, 11-6.
I think we're 11.
I'm going to go 11-6.
I'm going to go 11-6 too. I told Q Dog, I said we go 10 wins easy. So I say 11-6.
All right.
I like it.
11-6. All right. Okay.
And now that I assume that 11 wins is a playoff team.
You would think so.
You would think so.
You would think 11 wins would be strong enough. But
now that's a wild card spot because I still think, Kansas City is, they win the division.
We would have to sweep them to even have a shot.
Yeah.
Like we'd have to have clear-cut tiebreakers and everything else to have a shot against them. All right, so here we are. A very, I think, reasonable considering the fact that we're all just crazy, nutty Raider fans.
Right.
I think that's about as objective as we could possibly get.
Yeah.
That the Raiders conservatively are a 10-win team. Likely could be 11-win team. Okay? Fair enough. Now, when it comes to Vegas, though, they think we're barely a 7-win team.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So here's what I think, Raider Nation. And I'm curious. You just heard our little exercise there through the schedule. I want to hear. I already see a few of them in there. Mike Kraut says 12 or more. Alfred Esparza says yes, 10, 6, and 1.
Tie.
The tie of the last game.
The tie's another vote in there for 12 and 5. Tell us what you think, Raider Nation. Daniel Mangus says 13 wins. I want to hear what you think our win total will be. And here's why I bring this up. So Clay Travis, who I'm a big fan of, I like Clay, I like Outkick.
Sure.
Former Nashville guy, or he's still in Nashville, but whatever.
Yeah.
Used to be on our local radio station around here. So Clay went on to Fox Bet Sports, and was talking about the Raiders betting lines. And for the Raiders' upcoming season, the over/under on Raider win total is 7.5.
Okay.
So that means the Raiders have to win 8 games in order for you. So if you bet $100, you would get then $200 back if you bet the over for the Raiders to win more than 7.5. So the Raiders have to get to 8 wins, and you would get your money back plus your bet.
Well, that's what Vegas is doing then. They want all the Vegas residents and Vegas fans to bet that the Raiders are going to win more than 7.5 games.
Because it doesn't seem like a big line. But
it doesn't seem like a big line.
But Vegas has all those pretty bright lights for a reason, because the house usually wins.
Yeah.
And Vegas is really good at calling these things.
They're
on 7.5. So let me play this, and then I want to go to you, QB Jeff. I want to hear your feedback on this clip and what Clay has to say. Again, this is a guy I like. This is a guy that I don't put in the same class as like Colin Cowherd and all that. Guys like that. Clay is not a sensationalist. He just, what I think, spits truth around things.
Yeah.
So anyway, check in with Clay and see what he has to say, even though I don't like it. Here's what he says.
I'm going under 2. I do agree with Sal. 8-1 on Aaron Rodgers. Potentially the Raiders could have some value, as much as I think it's likely that Rodgers is going to end up in Denver. And the reason why I think it could have value is the Raiders are screwed if Aaron Rodgers ends up in Denver. Think about this for a moment. You got the best quarterback of a generation potentially in Patrick Mahomes already in your division. Best young quarterback we saw last year in Justin Herbert, now with a brand new staff and with a healthy team. Mm-hmm. And you would have Aaron Rodgers in Denver, and you with a team that has not been very good. You just saw how bad that defense has been. Look at the AFC West performance of the Raiders in the first 3 years of John Gruden. Yeah, that ain't good. Minus 327 on the point differential there. And they've actually gotten worse in December every year. Started off fairly well, gotten progressively worse. I don't like the over here unless they get Aaron Rodgers, which is why I think the more intriguing bet might be taking a flyer on 8-1, because think about it. They have to keep the Broncos from getting Aaron Rodgers in order to avoid basically being sentenced to last place for the next 4 or 5 years in that division.
Wow.
I don't know. I think his analysis is he's banking on Denver getting Rodgers, which I don't think they get. I mean, and I could be wrong, and I haven't been following the Packers situation as probably as closely as I normally would, just with everything going on, but I don't think it's going to be as easy to get out of Green Bay as Rodgers wants it to be. I mean, you guys tell me.
I agree with that too. No, I agree with you 100%.
So
the most likely scenario is that he goes nowhere.
Exactly, and I think that's what's going to happen. So he's basing it off of him going to Denver. Yeah, if he goes to Denver, I agree. That makes it a whole lot harder.
Because we had 10, maybe 11. Now that turns into 8, maybe 9.
Exactly.
And now
but
he's
also banking. He's saying Herbert gets a new staff that are healthy. Just because you get a new staff doesn't mean you're rolling in. You understand everything they're trying to do offensively, and you understand.
Right.
You get not just the quarterback has to learn it. The receivers, the running back, the line, everybody does.
Right.
So I think he's he's banking on a few things that I don't think necessarily come to fruition, but
It just sounds awful low. Like
That
really
just sounds
like
really low.
Like eight
with
wins
an extra
now
game.
is a losing.
With an extra game
That's
this
what
year.
I'm saying. 8 wins is a losing season now.
Right.
Like that. Doesn't make sense to me. Swag Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, and I agree with QB Jeff on that. I think Aaron Rodgers stays in Green Bay. I don't think he's going anywhere. And now we may not see him take the field.
Yeah.
If he's that disgruntled there, he may sit his ass on the bench. Just like what Deshaun Watson might do in Houston.
Well, he may not have a choice.
Well, he may not have a choice. Yeah, but you know what I mean.
No,
I don't.
You're right. Favre did that, right? Was it Favre that sat, or No, he didn't. He went to the Jets.
Yeah,
who
he
was
went
it that sat? Oh, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
Le'Veon Bell just spent a year at the house and said, "Forget it. I'll just stay here until I'm ready to come back."
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't. But 7.5 games. That's. To me, I mean, looking at that schedule, even if Denver gets Aaron Rodgers, I still think you win 8 games.
That's the thing, is that even with Aaron going over there,
you're saying we lose. So if we win, we beat. So let's just say our easy games that we think are easy, which are never easy, but Bears, we said we lost the Eagles, but beat the Giants, Bengals, Cowboys. I think we beat Washington. I mean. 7.5. I think we get 7. If we don't get 7.5, Gruden, Mayock, they're all done.
I think so.
You got to be out, right?
I mean, you got to be a 10-year contract or not. If you can't win 7 or 8 games, even 8, I think it's borderline. They got to make the playoffs.
I think so. I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
It's a make or break.
If they don't make the playoffs, I'm sorry. The John Gruden era version 2 is a failure.
It's a bust.
It's a failure.
They got their guys now. You can't say it's not your guys. You got your guy. Your draft picks. You got your personnel in place.
Yep.
New stadium.
You've had a constant at quarterback. You know what I mean? Like all the things that are in play, all the things that are important, and we got it coming up here in a minute. Adam Shine talking about quarterback. Like teams have one of two situations. You either have a quarterback or you don't. You know that better than anybody, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
what have you done for me lately?
Absolutely. And so the Raiders have got the most key position. They've lacked a few things in terms of like pass rush, and we all know the deficiencies on defense. But for the most part, like it should be enough runway at this point for Gruden, right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's had enough time. It's the defense. The defense is going to make or break this season because you can't win giving up 30 points a game. It's impossible. It's so hard. You're asking your offense to outscore 30 every game, and you're going to have off games. You're going to have guys where games are hurt. You got to have a defense that can hold them, and we haven't had that. So whether you like it or not, you agree with it or not, if our defense does not step up and make huge strides this year, you got to.
And that's on Gruden.
Yeah,
I mean, right? It's on Gruden. If in 4 years you haven't been able to build a defense, well, then what are we doing?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and I saw this the other day too, and I know we're getting a little sidetracked here, but like, I saw somebody put out a tweet. It might have even been Josh DeBow put out a tweet about how the last coaches in the NFL that have gone 4 years without being fired or without making the playoffs have all been fired.
Right.
The only one that's still around is John Gruden.
Yeah.
He's the only guy entering in his 4th year where his team hasn't made the playoffs in the previous 3 seasons. And like, what else do we need to know there? Like, it's time. It's absolutely time.
Make the playoffs.
Just ask Big Raider Trucker. Let's get his opinion.
Yeah, right. Hey, can you see the chat at all, Jeff?
No, mine's not up.
All right, I want to shout out Edgar V with a $5 donation in there. He says, if Aaron goes to the donkey, so what? For the first time in a long time, I trust our defense in the process, and Carr is our guy, and he has been fire. I agree with you. And so that is Edgar, you'd have thought we had planned this. On that comment, I appreciate you saying that, because let's check in with our buddy Adam Shine, who talks about that very, very idea.
I love John Gruden finally putting some respect on Derek Carr's name. Frankly, I often feel like I show more respect and appreciation of Derek Carr than the Raiders head coach. And make no mistake, Derek Carr has earned it. Derek Carr is a great player. Derek Carr is a franchise quarterback. Now, there are different levels of franchise quarterbacks, and, Derek Carr is not Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers, but he's a gem. There are 2 types of teams in the NFL, those that have a quarterback and those that don't. And the Raiders most certainly do. And you should appreciate him. And really, when I say appreciate him, I'm talking to John Gruden, who always seems to have a wandering eye when it comes to the quarterback. And listen, I'm not talking about the Aaron Rodgers trade rumors. That's different. That's Aaron Rodgers. I'm talking about the draft or Marcus Mariota. Derek Carr has had 3 straight seasons of throwing over 4,000 yards passing in terms of the yards, while also completing 67% of his passes. Now, this is a rare offseason where I'm not high on the Raiders. Gruden and Mike Mayock botching the first round is an annual trend. It makes it very difficult to believe. They also gutted the rock-solid strength of the team, the offensive line, which means that the Raiders are going to struggle and Carr wrongly is going to get the blame. And it's sad. They say all politics are local, and the Carr disrespect has always started within. Derek Carr has always deserved better.
Hey Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
All right, appreciate everybody joining us in the chat tonight. Loyal to the Soil is in there. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Franklin 83, Pirate 1975, Sugar Shane, Edgar V, Mike Kraut, Foxy Scorpio is in there. Appreciate everybody joining us. Tyrone Graves, Franklin, I think I said Franklin 83 already. CT, Silver and Black, appreciate all of you joining us for this episode number 203 of Raiders Fan Radio. All right, before we get to Sea of Fans, which is where we hear from you, we want to hear from our buddy Swag Jeff, because you got a little swag alert going on over there.
Yeah, for those that are looking to buy the new jerseys.
Okay.
New jerseys of players. They announced this week what the rookies are going to be wearing.
Okay.
So in this order, Leatherwood will be wearing number 70. Nice. Marg will be wearing number 25. Kuntz 56. Diablo 49. Diablo, he should wear 66.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Like it.
But Gillespie 37, Hobbs 39, Morrissey 65. And as a special note to Aaron the Q-Dog Raider.
Okay.
Cleveland Farrell has changed his number from 96 to 99 because that's what was holding him back.
Oh, is the number?
That's what's been holding him back. You know, he's and who is it now?
F to the E to the R to the R to the E to the L to the L. It ain't Farrell.
He's wearing 99 now. So
makes all the difference.
We're about to see top 4 draft talent.
I think so. I think so.
I think so.
He's going to play inside more.
Yep.
Because you're going to have Ngakoue and you're going to have Max on the edges. Some people are saying like, "Oh no, he's going to be our starting end." I don't think so.
No.
I think he kicks inside much more. Don't you?
I think so too. You know, with those two guys on the outside, he's been a much better run stopper than he has been a pass rusher. So I think it makes more sense to move him inside a little bit and be able to swap him out. On different downs, give those guys a breather on the outside. But yeah, I agree with you. I think he goes inside.
Absolutely. And, especially when you look at like a Gus Bradley defense and you look at the defensive tackles that have flourished in that defense, you look at guys like Michael Bennett, right? Like long, rangy guys.
Yes.
Guys like, and I'm not taking a shot at him, but look, it's out there. Maurice Hurst is kind of like a tree trunk with short arms. Like, that's not the kind of defensive tackle that thrives in Bradley's system. That's the reason we moved on from him. Mo's a great guy, and I'm not trying to take a shot at him by saying that, but like his body type doesn't fit with what Gus Bradley does. Bradley wants a lot of speed. He wants length. And that's what you're going to get out of Cleve Farrell inside versus like just a big dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There ain't no Gilbert Brown playing nose tackle in this freaking defense. You know what I mean? So, anything else on the numbers?
Yeah. So if anyone that did get a Carl Joseph jersey in his first stint with the Raiders, all 2 of you that I'm talking about, he did change his number from 42. He's going to be wearing 43.
Okay, one up.
Which is so right on.
Well, that's probably why.
That's probably why he did it.
Yeah,
100%.
That's probably why he did it.
That's probably why he did it. Jeff, did you always wear 12?
No, I actually wore 14 my whole life.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was a big MTSU. 14 was retired, so they were like, "Well, you got an option of 12," and I can't remember the other number. I was like, 12. Let's go for it.
Perfect, right? Gannon Stabler, right? Legendary.
100%. It's just I don't know. I don't really, to be honest, I don't have a good reason why. I just always loved 14. It was my number, and that's what I rocked with.
A real common quarterback number, frankly.
No, it's not. I don't know too
like
many.
Andy Dalton, like didn't he work?
Yeah, I don't.
Or no,
Neil O'Donnell.
Yeah,
he was 14.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a real reason why. I just loved the 1 and the 4 together. I just rocked it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Man. That was my go-to.
That's cool.
Heck
Right
yeah.
on. Right on. Mine was 86. So that was.
There you go.
Yeah,
I was war number 6 growing up. Number 6 wasn't available at my school either, my high school. So that's why I went with 43.
Oh,
it was.
Because
the number that they gave me, I didn't have a choice. I was a sophomore when I joined the team, so they were like, "Yeah, you get this number.
You get this number. You get 43."
At least you weren't a guy that just pulled the.
Yeah. My high school, they didn't have that number because they said 69, and we all raised our hand, and they said, "Nope, not available."
That's great.
I love it. So last year, we signed Eric Cush.
Season.
That was the first jersey. There you could see our Compton jersey. When the Raiders signed Compton, it was like, oh my gosh, they're going to sell 1 million Compton Raider jerseys.
Absolutely.
And then and I was like, oh my gosh, now we're going to sell 1 million Cush Raider jerseys. They need to make the team.
Yeah.
But we signed this offseason Dylan Stoner.
A bunch of
Raider
Perfect.
jerseys. Look, if they don't make $1 billion on Stoner Raider jerseys, then you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Absolutely. All right, Swag Jeff, any more Raider jersey updates?
Nothing that really matters.
All right. Do we want to talk about Josh Jacobs giveaway?
Yes. Why don't we?
Here, plug that.
Why don't we? Okay. New subscribers. We're getting new subscribers to Murph's Fan Cave on YouTube. We're trying to get, what's our magic number, Murph?
3,300, and we're at.
So if you're not subscribed, first off, what's wrong with you? Second off, do it because you could win this Josh Jacobs jersey. And it's not just it's stitched, and it's not from the Chinese site. It's the legit real thing.
From Finex. It's the same one I'm wearing.
It's the same one
now.
he's wearing right now. So not this patch that you get to iron on or stitch on or whatever you want to do. Make sure you use a towel or something to iron this onto the jersey. Don't do it the way the Murph does it.
Yeah, because I ruined that.
Henry Ruggs jersey. That turned the crap out of it.
It's because I burnt it trying to
iron
the
crap out of it. Yeah, big stupid. But win this jersey. Subscribe.
Tell your friend you got it. You got friends, and even if they're not Raider fans, just tell them subscribe to the channel.
Just go make a bunch of accounts, dude.
It takes 3. QB Jeff literally made a new YouTube account tonight.
So he's in the running.
8 seconds.
And I got a bunch of my buddies that they run a group of 5 page. They're all watching and stuff. They're like, "Where did you meet these guys?" I was like, I was like, "I'll tell you the story."
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell them subscribe. They can win the Josh Jacobs.
They're all subscribing, man.
Yeah, you could do like
win
me.
the Jacobs jersey, and I'll pay you for it.
Hey, there you go.
It is a large. It'll be your size.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah,
because jersey's fresh, man.
Yeah, heck yeah,
it's a good looking jersey. Subscribe and get it.
Absolutely.
That's why I got it, because I had to show it up. I'm like, that's what we were trying. That's the whole genesis of this, is that I got it. It's a large, and it's a couple spots.
Your shoulders look good in that jersey, Murph.
Yeah, right, man.
A little tight.
Absolutely. So, or you could be like Swag Jeff, because there's now YouTube accounts. Swag Jeff 1, Swag Jeff. I'm trying to win that jersey too. So go and get you some, bro.
Bro, hey, look, I love you to death.
Yeah.
That jersey is a double medium on you.
Oh, yeah. That could fit around one of my legs.
All right. Will somebody win this damn jersey? We're trying to give it away for a month.
There he is, fading, looking. Side, he throws. It is. Oh, he caught it.
All right, appreciate you, Raider Nation, for checking us out tonight. Appreciate everybody in the chat room tonight. I want to shout out Foxy Scorpio. Much respect there for a $4.99 donation. We thank you very much. Foxy Scorpio says, think we see any packages with Marcus Mariota.
Yes. Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course, Jeff does. But speaking of that, though, and real quick, I want to tap, because we got the QB here, so let's tap his brain. What do you think about that? So we got Kenyon Drake, who is definitely a short yardage guy.
Yeah.
Could definitely be a threat inside the 5 yard, a Zach Crockett kind of look back kind of vibe. But what is that? What benefit would that be? Like, say the Raiders did take advantage of Marcus Mariota. He's healthy. They've got a full offseason. Could they do to put in at the goal line?
They could do a lot of stuff. I just don't think that's necessarily Gruden's MO. I mean, you didn't see it much last year.
No, you didn't.
Swapping QBs. I don't think that's. Now that doesn't mean that they wouldn't go to it this year. But you got Jacobs and Drake back there, and then you got Waller. Like, I don't think you need to get cute, and that's what we tend
Edwards,
to do,
right?
Yeah. And years past, like sometimes, like I get pissed off, I scream at the TV, but it's like, don't get cute, man. You got that big old line. You pay them a lot of money. You got Jacobs, now you got Drake. Like, hand the ball.
Just punch it in there.
Just punch it in there. You know, they'll get up over, or they'll squeeze it through, or shoot. If you got one-on-one, that's what you do. You get on the goal line. You see what the matchup is, right? You got one-on-one out on the outsides with Edwards. Okay, now we throw him a back shoulder fade or throw him over the top, like. But if you got a small box, you pound it.
Don't get cute.
Yeah, don't get cute. You don't need to do all that. You know?
I think do you think that there's room in there for, because we've seen Mariota when he was a Titan, like line up at quarterback and then they would split him out and he would catch a touchdown pass. Like,
so what they would do that with is like a special situation, 2-point conversion, something like that, where it's like, okay, they didn't prepare for this, and that's when you want to use those. Where they have no idea it's coming. It takes them an extra second to adjust, because anytime you shift your quarterback out and now you got a running back in, you got to decide, am I going to go one-on-one out there? Am I going to put an extra guy in out there? So it's all a numbers game.
Okay.
It's all a numbers game. So I think he's got it in it, because Gruden's, you've seen his play card. It's that long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like Andy Reid's KFC menu. It's huge.
Oh, God.
They're going to wait for Mario.
Don't get me started on that guy.
They're going to wait for Mariota to catch a touchdown pass until Swag Jeff attends his first game at Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, my gosh. You'll lose your mind.
I'll be DJing in the club.
Yeah, that's right.
I won't be attending. I'll be there with my shirt off, just DJing the crap out of it.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Swaggy Jeff.
That's right, man.
All right, let's jump into the Sea of Fans mailbag. So we appreciate you, Raider Nation. Thank you to everybody that's joining us in the chat tonight. Did I mention Foxy Scorpio? Yes, of course.
Yeah,
I did.
man.
That's what
Yeah,
started
you
that
did.
conversation.
Thanks, Foxy.
Thank you, Foxy Scorpio. Are you keeping track of these for me?
I am.
You're right. You're the man. All right. So you can contact the show one of two ways. You can email us at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. That's a really creative email address that I came up with. Show@RaidersFanRadio.com.
How'd you come up with that, man?
Dude, it just came to me like in a dream, and I had to wake up and write it down.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
Good for
So, show@RaidersFanRadio.com, and you can email us or you can call us at 909-345-3346.
This is a long show.
It is a long show.
It's we're only an hour and a half.
Yeah, we had the break in the middle.
We had the mess up. We had the mess up.
Nah, we're still almost 2 hours.
Was it? Well, you want to go home?
We're running out of time. My life is running out of lifespan.
All right, let's speed it up here. So you can call us or you can email us, and if you don't know how to, then just figure it out.
Yeah, you get it.
We didn't even do our top 5 quarterback conversation.
Well, why didn't you do
Lots
that?
to get into.
So much to get into. We'll save that for next time you come back.
All right.
Come back
There
and
you
join
go.
us again next time.
Okay.
There was it was a Raider Maven, which is part of SportsIllustrated.com, released a top 10 all-time quarterback list for the Raiders, the top 5. And it's a very interesting list, and I wanted it to go over it tonight.
Can we guess?
Well, it's going to take a minute. Like if you guys, like seriously, if we need to wrap, we need to get going because we got a bunch of emails and we got a bunch of voicemails.
Okay,
well, not a bunch, but we got a handful of voicemails.
I'll come back. I only live down the road.
I was
so.
going to say,
yeah.
he'll come back. He'll come back. You join us next week or week after, whichever one you want.
All right.
Okay.
Deal.
All right. We'll come back and then we'll do the top 5 list. It's the off season. It's not like we're going to run out of,
Right.
you know what I mean, time here. We got, you know what I'm saying? Like the next eventful thing is what? Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Silence.
The fannies. You know what I mean? There you go. Yeah. All right. So you can email the show at show@RaidersFanRadio.com, and let's get to our first email of the night. Swag Jeff, you take it. It's your buddy Stacy Rough Raider.
Oh, Stacy, Murf, Mosh, Swag, and Peeps. Thank you for not going to the Sea of Fans mailbag on the last show. I'm sure we all may have a line or two we wish we would have back. We need to remember it's not just where you pick, but it's who you pick. Once a Raider welcome draft class 2021. Just win, baby. I still think getting younger in the secondary is as career-threatening to Gruden as Ashton Kutcher was to Demi Moore. But Marg was a steal and a stud. Let's just hope these kids can gel and be productive before 2027 when Gruden's contract is up. Murph, we got linebackers.
Yes.
That's as big as Mary Lee as the Bears getting a franchise. He had Jameson. He was drinking Jameson.
Yeah, he was.
He was drinking. No.
Either that, he got stung by a bee and your tongue swole up.
No.
I don't know what's going on over there.
Bro, did you proofread this?
No.
No, it's all misspelled. It's fine. It's fine. Love you, Stacy.
J-Mo.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Hope Mosh is doing well. He's more MIA than Chuck Norris has sequels. And Swag Jeff, don't tell Adam Schefter, but I have discovered what happened to AB's helmet and how it was lost. Also not as crazy as Frozen Feet, fighting with Mayock and abusive allegations, allegedly. Here's a photo I found in which may have explained the mystery.
I don't have the photo.
No photo.
He didn't attach the photo?
No.
Well, that might be. We're still looking for it. We don't know.
There's no visual reference.
See, he had some Jameson. I'm telling you.
There's no footnotes in that thing?
No, there's nothing.
Stacy's
Please see attached photo. No, there ain't nothing. There ain't nothing. On to the season. Going to a Raider game will be like the Raiders are in the Super Bowl. Shiny Stadium, a trip that you should bring your wife with, and the ticket prices, just win, please. Stacy Rough Raider, proud May man. Hell, I want a Sizzler. Thanks, chat.
That's great.
Oh, Stacy. You know why his emails are the best? He's one of the most loyal people that we have.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he showed up at the stage door and hung out with us and all that stuff.
And I have no idea what he's ever said.
No, we didn't know what he's talking. We didn't know what he's talking about, but damn it, we love him.
We don't love you, Stacy.
We love him, man.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Great job, Stacy Rough Raider. All right, QB Jeff, who you got?
All right, Pirate 1975.
All right, good deal.
All right. Good evening, Murf, Mosh, Swaggy, fellow made men, and everyone else who often misses church but not this show. It would be nice. It would be real nice if so-called, quote, fans would actually take a step back and support the team. Take a few seconds and read what you're writing before you hit send. I've read more hate spewed from the fans this past week than I've ever heard from any media outlet. Look, ... I understand Mayock and Gruden should have called you and discussed the draft board beforehand. I understand that if you were involved, you could have gotten Leatherwood in the seventh round. I understand that you know how to run a football organization better than Mark Davis. I understand that you can call what the play should have been when it just didn't work out on the field. I understand that you can dissect the defense better than Derek Carr can. I understand that if you were running the show, we'd still have AB, Khalil Mack, and still be in Oakland. I understand that you can be that you think no one can beat you in Madden. I understand that you get angry when your mom or your girl uses that cheap laundry detergent that makes you itch. Finally, I can completely understand that you probably run a 40-yard dash in roughly 9 seconds downhill. With the wind at your back and your fingertips are coated with more Cheeto dust than Chester Cheetahs, and you always have to mysteriously use the bathroom when your mom or wife pulls up with the car full of groceries. Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh, this is fantastic. I get it. The NFL completely overlooked you. Point is, if you're a fan, it's completely understandable that you may not agree with every Raiders the move make. Hell, I disagree myself sometimes, but if you're supporting this team that has you completely frustrated and angry with life constantly, there are 31 more teams to choose from. Critique is certainly welcome, but if constantly hate is what you're spewing, move on. The Raider Nation, and there is plenty of things we are supposed to hate around here. The Chiefs, the Chargers, the Chiefs again. AB, referees who use index cards.
This is epic, man. It's so good.
Men who sound like frogs.
I did it.
And horses. Oh, man, I'm dying.
Oh, man.
Chill with the hate. Pirate 1975.
Oh, my God.
That was fantastic. Oh, man.
Oh, that's so good, man.
That was awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So we do a thing around here called the Sizzler Award, which goes out to our best email or our best phone caller this week.
Yep.
Look, I'm not trying to sell the lead here, and it's up to Swag Jeff to pick it. But my gosh, Pirate 1975 has got to be the leader in the clubhouse after that one.
Yeah.
I could barely get through that one.
Oh my gosh,
so
that
good.
was funny, dude. That was funny. Great job
my
there,
gosh.
Pirate 1975. All right, Swag Jeff, who we got next?
All right.
It's like trying to follow Elvis now. Like,
I know,
good
right?
luck with whoever's next.
A long time ago on a podcast, not so far away.
Well, that's a good start.
Right? The Las Vegas Raiders have finished the draft, and my solid grade B+. Day one, I was like, who when they drafted Alex Leatherwood, 17th overall, but then they came back and had a dynamite day two in the second round since 2014 when they drafted DC 36th overall. Anyway, here's to a great season. Daniel Menges, proud made man, Gemini Man Award winner, 2-time Sizzler Award winner.
Nice job, Daniel Menges. Appreciate Daniel. Daniel's in the chat room there. Even Daniel voted for Pirate 1975.
Well,
for the
yeah, he
Sizzler
did.
Award. Great job there, Daniel. Appreciate you, my friend. All right, we got one more to get to, and of course, it's from our email legend around here. It is from our guy who is across the pond. He is Paul. He's in Shropshire, UK, which is west of Birmingham, so we call it Mississippi. And he goes on to say, "Evening, fellas. Hope you are all well. This week's email comes with a rant warning, but before I get to that, I'll start with some positivity. Since we spoke last, the draft took place, and what a crazy weekend it was. It's always a dramatic event, and it didn't disappoint this time around. Congratulations to the good people of Cleveland who managed to put on a good weekend with such difficult circumstances. One of the biggest achievements since John Elway learned to walk on his hind legs. Personally, I'm delighted with how things went. I thought we picked well and covered our areas of need. Mike Mayock did another great job with a lot of Gus Bradley influence as we got the defense heavy draft we all wanted. After signing the undrafted free agents, and my reckoning, we've got 90 on the roster and around 70 turned out for OTAs, so we're up and running and Coach Bradley can get to work. I was hoping to see an experienced DB come in to add depth, and we signed Casey Hayward. Hopefully his spirit, leadership, and experience will be the finishing touch, and he could be the perfect person to be around number 24 as he continues his development." Here comes the rant. To listen to some in the media, we had an unmitigated disaster again, and there's little or no improvement this year. I have to say I'm impressed for those that have superpowers and can see into the future, because how the hell do you know we are no better before a ball has been snapped in anger? Some in Raider Nation should know better as well. I'd never tell anybody they're not entitled to their opinion, but be constructive with it, please. It would seem some of our picks have been written off already. Come on, people, before you hang these guys out to dry, give them a chance to prove themselves. Don't lower yourselves to the standards of some in the media. Lincoln Kennedy had Alex Leatherwood as one of his 3 short-listed tackles on the Silver and Black show, and I think he knows a little bit more about the position and the Raiders' needs than some Beavis and Butthead set up on ESPN. I know the Raider hate has been a thing for a long time, probably as far back as the birth of Phillip Rivers' 15th kid, but I was hoping for a little bit more calm and respect this year. How naive am I? For me, one of the worst inventions in recent years has been fantasy football. It's all led to people believing they can do the job for real. You wouldn't walk down the street thinking you're a Marine because you can play Call of Duty, would you? So what makes people think they know more than the pros? The lines between reality and a game have become really blurred for some, and this is why we see so many crazy comments about the likes of Gruden, Mayock, who absolutely do know what they're doing. Thank God we got you guys, Pillaging Podcast, Watch Raider, Raider Cody, Kenny King to make sense of it all. Some of the comments on social media to some of our picks must make them really feel welcome. I hope none of them see any of it. The grading of draft selections within 24 hours is illogical to me as well. Sensible people who know you can't truly judge a draft class for at least 12 to 18 months are paid huge sums of money to do this when there's nothing constructive about any of it. It's crazy to me. How does anybody know at this stage whether Trevor Lawrence will be as good as his job will be any better at his job than Mr. Irrelevant Grant Stewart? After all, didn't some expert once tell Jamarcus Russell he could be a quarterback? Let's wait now, shall we? Now that I've got all that off my chest, I'm going to go lie down in a dark room. Roll on draft weekend in Vegas 2022. I think I'll check out them mock drafts and see who we can select number 32 in the first round. Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
Stay safe, Raider Nation. Love you, His Lordship. Paul, the Royal Scribe. Paul Edgerton, Shropshire, Mississippi. Polly Award winner 2019. Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020. BRT Sizzle Scorekeeper, proud made man. Five-time. Plus one winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzle Award.
Nice.
Paul.
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 Paul. Paul. Paul. Paul. Paul.
Paul.
Claude.
Paul.
Paul. Paul. Paul.
Paul, your name Paul?
Hello.
Paul.
Hello. Paul. I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
All right. While Paul is clearly the king of the emailers, we have a king of the voicemails around here.
Yeah, we do.
He is Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider. He's the head of our crew. Every crew needs a captain. Our crew are what we call the made men and the made women, which is when you call and leave a voicemail on this show 3 or more times and we play it, then you become a made man or a made woman. And Aaron runs that crew. And so we are always thankful to hear his his voicemails. And so he kicks off this segment. So let's check in with our good friend, Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider.
Greetings, Don Murf, Underboss Sonny, Consigliere Moss, Swaggy J, Mojo from the Universe Beast, Ramon the Meme King, Big Raider Trucker, and Ron the Meta Raider Nation. Now, listen up. Before the rest of this call goes down, I want everybody to reach out and make sure that you have your Mother's Day planned. Take care of your girl this past weekend or this coming weekend.
Nice.
Love your mother. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And, of course, F the Chiefs. I, for one, is very pleased with what the Raiders draft turned out to be. We drafted for need, we plugged holes, and we didn't satisfy the industry holes. If y'all care to just go ahead and hit the Wayback Machine and go to YouTube. Sorry about that, Bernie. For Murph's Fan Cave, episode 197, at the 1 hour 38 mark, and I did recall pontificating Alex Leatherwood going to us at right tackle out of Bama, albeit in the second, not the first round, behind Trayvon Merrick out of TCU. Whether 1, 2, or vice versa, it all came out in the wash, and everything was I had foreseen. Something, yeah, my Emperor Palpatine voice. But, we went right tackle in all defense. Save a center. I mean, are you not entertained? The grocery list. Julio Jones over Richard Sherman and Aaron Rodgers for obvious reasons. But since I'm bringing up, the golden one, the cheesehead from the East Bay, they just want too much. There are 3 offers that are out there, and they're all unacceptable. Us giving up DC for a 22, a 23, and a 24 first-round pick ain't going to get it. Offer number 2, giving up Henry Ruggs III, who's absolutely going to be a beast this season moving forward, and a 22, 23, 24 first rounder, a 22 second rounder, and a 23 fourth rounder. That ain't going to get it either. Offer 3, Max Crosby, and, Abram, he who does not deserve jersey number 24 for obvious reasons.
Ouch.
And a 22, 23, 24 first rounder, and a 22 third rounder. That ain't going to get it. The hit list. All the prognosticators dumping on the Raiders draft before week 1. I mean, how can you grade it right after we just got through wrapping? It just doesn't make any sense. Nevin Lawson for obvious reasons, insurrectionists, all 32 teams for not drafting a single player from an historically black college or university, HBCU, and of course, as per usual, Mike Dicker. This goes out to the made men. Rue.
Nice.
I'd be remiss if I didn't congratulate Coach Salty and show my sincere appreciation for him being a teacher this Teachers Education Week, Teacher Appreciation Week, Teacher Domination Week. Thanks for all you do. Goodbye.
Oh, love it, man. Coach Salty, also known as the one and only Uncle Mosh.
Uncle Mosh.
So speak about that, Swag, Jeff. Like, your relationship with Uncle Mosh started because he was your teacher.
I started. He was my teacher. I was his student, and he's the best in the biz, man.
The best there is, man.
I mean, started. I joined his class in 2003, and we've been friends ever since, really. You know, I started in his shows and theater and stuff like that. And, you know, he took me to my first Tunica trip, you know, a few years down the road. And, yeah, I mean, he's one of my best buds, man.
He's legend in his profession.
He's a class act, man. I mean, you can't ask for anything more than Coach Salty, man.
Absolutely. The best that's ever done, in my opinion.
Best that's ever done it.
And speaking of teacher appreciation, your lovely wife, Scarlett, is a teacher, right?
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
absolutely.
She's a teacher. She's been a teacher for the last several years. And it's hard, man, especially these days. It's different. It's different than it was when we were growing up. So.
Absolutely it is. You know, my oldest just graduated from high school just yesterday.
Yeah.
And during that graduation, thank you. And during that graduation ceremony, it was evident. I mean, the amount of respect and the reverence that the kids had for their teachers, knowing that, I mean, the biggest ovation of the night was for the teachers because of everything that they had to go through in this crazy year that we just came off of. So anyways, appreciate you, all you teachers, and especially the legendary Uncle Mosh, one of the best to ever do it. All right, let's go into our voicemails. We got 3 to get to, and then we're out of here. I know we're running a long show. I see these guys yawning over here. We'll hit them quick. Jeff's like, I got to get up and cook bacon, man. What are you doing? Shut up over there, Murf. All right, here we go. Let's get to our buddy Kill Jadis.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Kill Jadis 907, and I'm here with your still champion, Macho Man Raider Savage.
Nice.
How does it feel to still hold on to that championship belt? Ooh, yeah. It's like a drug that you just can't get over. I am still the champion, and there ain't no changing that. Yeah. Well, let's just say this. Your championship definitely came much needed. However, there was some help. As you saw later on, especially when you watched the replay, it was actually Macho Man Silver helping out by distracting the Google voice, and then Dusty Raider sneaking into the ring with a chair and knocking the Google voice out. What do you have to say about that? I say that you might as well go ahead and give them credit. Raider Nation comes and Raider Nation helps out when it's needed. Yeah. But I do want to talk to them. I want to talk to the Macho Man Silver. And I want to talk to Dusty Raider. So you leave your email in the comment section below and let's get to talking. Because we have something that we need to get rid of. Yeah. All right. Well, how about the draft? The draft is this. It's bright. The future's bright for us. Yeah. It's shining like a beacon of light, like no other. Well, that's great. Why are you shining a flashlight in my face? To show you why. The future's bright. It's blinding. Yeah. Well, you should not be shining that thing in my face. Can you turn off the flashlight? Turn on the flashlight. Thank you. Well, what about Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers is nothing. We're going to run him over, and we're going to bury him 6 feet under. He shouldn't have left the Packers if he even dares try to leave the Packers. He won't join the Donkeys. And that's it. I'm your champion, yeah! Why don't you go ahead and play me out? Play me out, yeah!
Great job, Pirate 1970. Or no, Pirate 1970. I'm all over now. Who's getting tired?
Yeah, right.
Great job, Kill Jadis 907. Thank you.
That's awesome.
I still got Pirate 1975 in my brain from that friggin' email he sent. All right, appreciate you, Kill Jadis, and appreciate Raider Macho Savage. All right, next up, we're going to hear from we hadn't heard from this guy in a while.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, fellow made man, Super Deuce.
Murf, Swag, Capo, Nation, what's good? It's your boy Super Deuce, or just Deuce, whatever. Hey, all this Aaron Rodgers stuff, if that dude leave, he's not the Packer that we should trade for. Hashtag go get number 17 for
Amen.
Derek.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Now that's a good take.
That's
if you're
an amazing
sell
take.
out for a guy, sell out for Devontae.
Yeah,
not Aaron Rodgers.
absolutely.
Love that. Love that. Great job, Super Deuce. Appreciate hearing from you. All right, here we go. We got one more call to get to. For everybody that's in the chat, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Lee B, Sugar Shane, Franklin83, Fierce Raider's in there, Dakota Raider is in there, Foxy Scorpio, Lencho, Mike Kraut, Jeffrey is in there, Daniel Mangus is in there, Roy is in there. Oh my gosh, man, the chat is loaded. I appreciate one more to get to. And so if you're in there listening live, go Go ahead and turn the lights down.
Yeah, do we need to cut the lights out?
You might need to fire up a candle or two, maybe some aromatherapy, whatever you do, whatever your thing is, and enjoy the dulcet tone. I almost had it until I saw you laugh.
I almost said something really bad.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Okay. All right. And enjoy the sweet, sultry sounds of Rico.
Hey guys, Raider Bonrico here. A message for welcome to the nation. All the dogs we picked, whoever we were picking, because this year for me is playoff or bust. I will not take a mediocre season again. I will not accept a season where we're going to say, we nearly made it, but we're making progress. The only progress is winning in and out. And win is the only thing that matters. We also have to be able to win back-to-back against the Queefs. So let's see what happens. Anyway, I'm happy with the draft, especially for one of my picks. If you remember Murf, I break it down when I was talking about the Senior Bowl. He's a tall corner, physical. You can put him everywhere in the backfield. But as I told you, I believe it when I see it. So till September, I'm going to lower my expectation. We probably all expect, but we can all agree Leatherwood is a beast. And he can learn playing on the right side thanks to the fact that the only guy who is giving in the organization is Tom Cable. So I'm comfortable with reinforcing the offensive line. Plus Leatherwood, if well trained, is going to push like crazy for the run. And with the addition of Kenyon Drake in the free agency, finally the so-loved run of Gruden can take a better form. I'm also not going mad because we didn't draft a linebacker, because probably with the new defensive coordinator, those players that we have on the roster can give a better performance. Let's remember that after years of Gunther, it's easy to anyone to underperform. So without further ado, Alex Leatherwood, Trevon Moehrig, Malcolm Coombs, Divine Diablo, Tyree Gillespie, Nate Hobbs, Jimmy Morrissey. Welcome to the nation, baby. With all that said, I love you all, and I'm out.
Oh my gosh, he's the best. You can listen to him like, Rico, you should do a podcast.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, you just have him on the deli, like you're in the morning, like doing your prep, right?
Especially with like the jazzy blues.
Yes,
right?
And we love it because of like the way he talks and like everything, but the dude's spot on. Like he's
got great takes.
Exactly.
Yep,
He's got great content.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes. He's got great takes, and that's why we love Rico. It's one thing to be cool, but when you know what the hell you're talking about, it makes you like triple cool. So
absolutely.
Thank you, Rico. All right, Swag Jeff, take us home, man. What do we got?
Yeah. So we got some with Stacy Rough Raider. We didn't know what the hell he's talking about, but he's having a good time, and he loves our Raiders, and he loves Raiders Fan Radio, and we love him, man.
We love him.
He's
That's
the
right.
best. We heard from Daniel Menges, who loved the second pick. Morg, he loves him. We heard from Paul, who shouted out Elway for learning how to walk on his hind legs, and we love to see that. We love to see that. And of course, we heard from Capo. We heard from Kill Jadis, who Macho Man Raider Savage stole the call, and congrats to him on retaining his title against Google Voice.
Yes,
absolutely. Super Deuce, he said, "Go get Devontae Adams."
Love that take, man.
Absolutely,
That's
I dig it. And Rico, playoff or bust. He loves Divine Diablo, and I could listen to him say Divine Diablo all day long.
Right,
absolutely. But we all know who won the Sizzler.
Let's
a
go.
guy that shouted out the coach or the couch GMs. It's time to support. Stop the hate. Go help your mom with the damn groceries. It's Pirate 1975.
I am the Sizzler.
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 Sizzler. We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today!
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Man, I cannot appreciate everybody enough for hanging in with us for this long show that we had to hit the reboot for.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody in the chat. You guys can't see the chat, but it's been lit up all night long. Lee B, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Kill Jadis is in there, Franklin83, Title Raider, Dakota. Man, so many folks in there. Franklin83, Michelle Sweat, Super Deuce, Foxy Scorpio. Thank you all so much. Congratulations, Pirate 1975, on your epic freaking email, man. That was fantastic. Thank you, QB Jeff, for being here tonight.
Yes.
Appreciate you having me.
Man, it was so great to have you back in.
Yes.
Go check out Domenico's if you're in the Bay Area in Alameda, or definitely check it out here in the South. Swag Jeff, though, let me throw it to you, Jeff, for some final words.
Yeah.
And then you throw it to Swag Jeff.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me. It's always a blast here in the fan cave, and future's bright, Raider Nation. Don't get too pessimistic, all right? 11-6, I'm calling it.
I love it.
Deal.
Help him out with the groceries and don't be a negative Nancy.
That's right. He was spot on, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you guys all for joining us that are in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, win a Josh Jacobs jersey and a patch. Do it. Thanks to all the people that donated tonight to the One Nation Foundation. Chucktown Raider, Daniel Mengus, Tider Raider, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Matthew Mengus, Pirate 1975, Tyrone Graves, Edgar V, Foxy Scorpio, and Franklin83.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you guys so much. This makes it all worth it, man. When you guys can give money so we can give to the Greater Youth Sports Organization in Vegas, it's an amazing thing. We love it. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. And don't forget, everybody, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Good night, everybody.
Good night, YouTube.
Good night. Shout out Uncle Mosh. We miss you, buddy.
We miss you, Mosh.
Got a ribbon for you, Mosh.
Oh, nice. He'll come out of retirement for that.
Yeah, he will.